time people loved you unconditionally, toasting the new South. This one is for history. Then I slipped, fell, and caused the numbers injury. Called the same people, and it's, yo, you just missed them, B. This the formula. Damn it, Bubba, you had it. Why'd you have to keep it polo and New Balance? Then they start to question whether you a true talent or just a redneck substance abuse addict. So then you hide away just to try to find your way. And now they back to calling you 200 times a day. I want all y'all to know, good or bad, I'll remember it at 10 million sold in the name of my deliverance. I've been traveling for some time to find my way. Nothing could atone for the pain you've endured. The blood you shedded still staining your velour. You took your wealth of knowledge and gave it to the poor, only to discover that your savior is manure.
Ladies and gentlemen, now taking the field for their 19th season, please welcome your own University of Findlay marching Oiler Brass. Prior to this game, if you could please stand, gentlemen, remove your caps and join the marching Oiler Brass for the playing of the University of Findlay alma mater, followed by Stars and Stripes Forever and our national anthem.
Okay, so let me make sure I understand this. You just cut GIF, LIN, and ELO short to force this in there. It's all right. Probably be just the one, I think. Right.
Our first senior cheerleader.
How things have evolved, getting ready for the senior day festivities, and the first couple of years under Rob Keyes, we had senior classes of 5 and 6 and maybe even 7. And now this group of seniors is a much bigger group, and it's a group that's played a lot of football for this Oiler football team and had a lot of success as well, and really a major part of this program turning around and moving in the right direction. Take a look at today's matchup. We're on set as Northwood University comes in. The Timberwolves struggling along at 2-7, come in averaging just under 20 points a game. We talked to Coach Keyes early in the week, and Coach Keyes weekly, and he says, but this is a dangerous team because they play defense so well, and they really do. But offensively in the past, this is a matchup that has not always favored the Oilers. It's been 9-12 over the years, with Northwood having the better of that. But the Oilers came away with a hard-fought 37-34 win just a year ago, and the Oilers will be looking to handle that. It's quite a challenge with this Northwood team because of that wood-bone offense, assignment football, and if the Oilers can keep their keys, I think they have a great chance of coming out here and finishing out the home part of the schedule with a win. Look back to last week in Grand Valley. Ron talked about it. Really a valiant effort by this Oiler team, taking a lead into the fourth quarter, but not able to hold on. Grand Valley responded late. They got a touchdown to take the lead, and then when the Oilers were trying to play from behind, they were able to force a turnover on downs. And then after that, they got popped a big run for the touchdown, and that pretty much wrapped things up. And right now the seniors are being recognized, and you want to go down the list here. Anthony Lanier, the senior out of Fort Wayne, Indiana, Northside High School. Remember, he came in, and he was maybe a running back, and maybe he was a safety, and now he's a linebacker, and he's played so many positions for this team. Johnny Hopkins, the defensive lineman out of Radcliffe, Kentucky. And remember looking at his recruiting film and watching him just power slam a quarterback right off the snap of a high school game. And then Miles Alexander, who's had just an outstanding season this year for the Oilers as well. Brad Fenton, who the last few weeks has been an absolute terror, and if not for some ridiculous numbers by a couple of other guys on certain weeks, Brad might have been Defensive Player of the Week the last few weeks in the GLIAC, and another great campaign for him during this year. Tyler Bujea, the kicker, who will go down as one of the all-time most successful kickers here at the University of Findlay. Dylan Blunt, the Findlay High School alumni, who of course makes the trip over and took the redshirt year that first year, and then since then has just been consistently working his way up. You might remember him when the Oilers took that trip over to McKendree a couple of years ago. Kind of had a breakout performance in that one, and just steadily, and as we said, he's been working his way up the Oiler receiving records and is going to go down as an all-time great himself. Let's see, take a look at some of the other seniors here being recognized. Troy Robinson, who's had a great year returning punts this year and some kickoffs for the Oilers. Evan Rinke, who's just handled so many little things and taken care of it. He's been that backup in so many different spots. And, of course, the holder for Vijaya, he's very good there as well. Jordan Jackson, another Findlay High School product, who's been a key part of the return game. Got himself a rushing touchdown against Lake Erie College earlier this season. Randy Anderson, who because of injury has been pressed into some service this season and actually accounted for himself very, very well in a couple games. Deshaun Scott, who unfortunately out of Beaver Creek, Ohio, has had some injury issues off and on this year, but when in there, he has been an absolute force this year for Rob Keyes and Jason Marquinos and this staff. The long snapper, Chris Obenauer, who again has just been rock solid for this Oiler team over the last couple of years. Ashton Elmore, who they, of course, came in from Vermilion Community College, has had a strong campaign. TJ Bowes, the young man out of Pandora, Ohio, who's come in and transferred back closer to home, if you will. Matthew Cash, Steve Matthew, the offensive lineman, who's played almost every spot on that offensive line at one point or another. Jason Mulligan, who's been an absolute stalwart at the end of that line this last several years, and he's had a great career here as an Oiler, and another one of those guys who will go down as one of those all-time great Oiler offensive linemen as well. Darius Merriweather, the tight end, who saw some time earlier in the year with some injuries as well, and Mitchell Campbell, the defensive lineman. And just appreciate so much all that these young men have meant to this football team. AC Limes is also being recognized. He's a junior academically, but I believe he's going to graduate this year, and so he's being recognized here as well, as is Brandon Kelly. His case as well, similar situation. And there's a couple others as well for this Oiler team. And we'll talk more about him. I'm sure we'll talk with Coach Keys about him in the postgame as well. And it's just been great getting to know some of these young men and watching them just continue to grow and be an incredible contribution to this football program. We're going to go ahead and take a 2-minute timeout. And when we come back, we'll be ready for the kickoff and the start of this one. It's the Oilers and Timberwolves coming up on WLFC. Deferred.
Which way do you want to kick? Put your back that way. Finley will receive to start the first half. Good luck, men. The University of Finley would like to thank sponsors of Oilers football. Fans are encouraged to patronize all of our sponsors as a way of showing support.
Stadium, and while we're away, coin toss duties will handle. And Northwood won the coin toss. They deferred to the second half, so the Oilers will be receiving the kickoff to get things going here. And, of course, Oilers let out by their junior quarterback, Reese Jervis, who's had just an outstanding year. Again, he'll be joined in the backfield by Chauncey Bridges. We'll also see Dowdasilla and a couple others, perhaps, as the game carries along. At the wideout, good to see, at least in the two deep here, Arian Kosak back into the lineup. Dylan Blanc, Jason Moore will round out the receivers. Across that line, the left tackle, the redshirt freshman, Andrew Dickinson. Then Andrew Alton will be the left guard. Neil Davis, the freshman, at the center position. Jason Mulligan, the right guard. And the right tackle, of course, Christian Olmstead. Meanwhile, for Northwood, and at the front there, the defensive end, Charles William. The defensive tackle, Nate Fleming. The nose tackle, Cameron England, at 6 foot, 296 pounds. The defensive end is Colt Harrington, 6'2", 244-pound senior as well. The linebackers, Kayon Whitfield, Mike Fisher, and Ray Shepler. The corners, Dimitri Abro and Aaron Curtis. And the safeties will be Nick Tripp and Marco Nickens. All right, ready to get things going. And the kickoff, Oilers receiving from the south end. Field the kick at the 6, looking to bring it to the middle of the field. Now bounces it back to the outside, finds a little seam, sidesteps a man across the 40, 45, still on his feet across the 50, and an outstanding return for the Oilers to get things going, similar to what we saw last week, actually even better on the return here. And let's see if we can get who had that return for the Oilers. And a slight little change up there. Looks like Jay Williams had that return. Great return by Jay. Oh. Well, we had a penalty, though, that's going to bring this one back. Must have happened well behind the play. Yeah, there's the flag now back at the 20-yard line. So instead of an outstanding return, it's going to be backed up. Spot of the foul is just across the 20. And we'll take it back to the 11-yard line. And that's where the Oilers will have to start, 1st and 10. Happened well behind the play. Well, here comes that Oiler offense, which has been so high-powered on the season. Reese Jervis, 207 of 333 for 2,400 yards. Handoff goes up the middle and finding a little seam as Bridges takes it out to the 15. Pick up a 4. Bring up a 2nd down and 6 situation for the Oilers. Harrington in on the stop for the Timberwolves. Timberwolves usually have some pretty big beef up on that defensive front. Not as big as we've seen in some years, but pretty good size. Oilers now will send 2 receivers to each side on 2nd down and 6. Race a long count. Give it again to Bridges. He finds a seam, bounces it outside across the 30. Out 35, ball's out, and then falling on top of it for the Oilers is Arian Kosak. That ball kind of squirted as Chauncey kind of dove down to try to avoid a hit, and I think his elbow hit the turf, and it popped out, but the only person in the neighborhood was Arian Kosak, and he recovers it, so more than enough for the 1st down for the Oilers at their own 37. Change out the backs. Dowda Silla will check in. Jason Moore, Dylan Blunt to the near side. Arian Kosak out to the top side. Pulls it out of the belly, does Reese. Comes to the outside, takes it across the 40 to the 41 before scampering out of bounds. Pick up of 4 yards. 2nd down and 6 coming up. Feel like that's as much about keeping them honest as anything else. 2nd down and 6 for the Oilers. Same formation as last. 2 to the near side, 1 to the top. Bridges checks back into the backfield. And the give to Chauncey, and he's cut down after a 1-yard pickup. And slicing down to make the stop, Zach Gustafson, the defensive lineman out of Portland, Michigan. 3rd down and 5 now. Bring Federico into the lineup here. Oilers will keep Bridges in the backfield. Send Kosak and Blunk to the top. Jason Moore to the near side here on 3rd and 5. Federico, that up back position. Back looking to throw Reese. Quick throw and knocked away. Pretty good defensive coverage out in space for the Timberwolves that time as Jerry Taylor reached around and knocked that away before Jason Moore had to pull it out. Jason was going to catch it to his body, and that gave the defensive back a chance to get a hand in there. So bring on Patrick Rusher to prepare to kick it away. And 1 man back to field the punt. Hangs up a beauty, does Rusher. Drives the return man back, takes a hop, and the Oilers are going to down it at about the 3, it looks like. They're going to, the official says, well, he takes it out to the 5. Not sure why he did that. But either way, it's a great punt by Patrick and in great coverage as well. And I believe that was Anthony Kostelik who got down there and covered up that, caught it off the bounce. So 1st and goal from the 5. All right, 2 to the near side, 1 to the top side, 1 back. Quick throw out in the bubble screen and through the hands of his intended receiver. And Lanier in the neighborhood, so incomplete. 2nd down and 10. This Northwood offense led out by Joe Garbarino. Garbarino down the line and handed it off, looking to get the corner turn. Good job by the Oilers to string it out. Hold it to, let's see where they spot it, 5-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd down and 5 as Kutchember comes up on the stop. Of course, it's that triple option. As the quarterback's that extra back. Coach Keys talked about it Tuesday on our Coach Keys Weekly program, and everybody's just got to keep their spots. There's that extra man at the point of the attack. Again, to the top one, the near side, 1 down and behind, and a check off to the sidelines by Garbarino. Now he's got the new play set, same formation. The give up the middle and finding yardage and pushing out and getting very close to a 1st down. And they say it is enough for a 1st down. Good hard running that time. Downhill running. That was Levy, I believe. So the Timberwolves get a 1st down. Go right back to the line of scrimmage. 1 each side, wing on each side, 1 back behind. This is that more traditional wood bone formation that we've gotten used to seeing over the years. Bring a man in motion. Quarterback back, wants to throw, wants to air it out over the top. Receiver has a step, but not able to hold it in. Went up and decent coverage in the area. It wasn't going to be a hard play to make as a pretty good coverage. And I think that was Robinson who had coverage. Yeah, it was. Robinson had coverage and was looking for the target, which was Theron Wilson. And Coach Keys talked about him, said he's that player that scares them the most. He's got those big-time receiver kind of size and skills. We had a quick timeout. We're going to take a 30-second timeout. Scoreless between Findlay and Northwood. Back in a moment on WLFC. The injured Oiler was Francis Kutchember, and he's up and gets off on his own power. Looks to be relatively okay. He's going to be looked over by the training staff. 2nd down and 10 coming up for the T-Wolves. 3 to the near side, 1 to the top, and a quarterback draw. And pushes out for a pickup of a couple, maybe 3. Set up a 3rd down and 7 situation here for the Timberwolves. Miles Alexander on the stop, but Northwood on both that earlier 1st down run and a couple of other runs are getting good push after contact. 2 to the near side, 2 to the top side, back directly behind Garbarino. And another check off to the sideline. Long snap count. Quick throw and well overthrew. Was looking for Wilson again, and he overthrew him, which is a pretty good trick by a good 3 feet. Wilson all of 6'3", and maybe even a little more than that. And Garbarino overthrew him poorly. Troy Robinson will head back to field the punt. Scott McCormick, the punter for the Timberwolves, coming at 2-7 on the season. Oilers 4-5 after last week's loss at Allendale. Looking to get back to 500 here with a win today. And a flag's going to be thrown on this one. I think there's a formation issue against Northwood. And short punt that then takes a sideways skip. It's going to go out around the Oiler 45. But let's sort out the penalty here. It looked like one of the gunners kind of went in motion and might have went offside, but we'll see. Or was it against the Oilers where the Oilers lined up off sides? And Anytime now the official wants to tell us. Procedure call against Northwood, and the Oilers will take the penalty post-possession. So the Oilers will take over right at the midfield stripe, 1st and 10. That's what I thought it was. Looked like he was moving forward a little bit early, the coverage man. And the Oilers get the free 5, and we'll start this with outstanding field position. Open up with Jason Moore and Arian Kosak split here to the near side. Put a tight end on the right end of the line and a tight end in the backfield's Federico. Stufel in the one on the line. Bridges behind Reese Jervis. And put it in the belly of Bridges, and Bridges has running room. Bounces to the outside 40, 35, 30 up the sideline, and finally forced out of bounds. And a flag's going to be thrown for a late hit on top of it. They say he went out of bounds around the 27, and I'm guessing that's going to be a late hit. Yep, that is going to be the signal. So you're going to tack on 15. Actually, you're going to tack on half the distance. So that'll take this to about the 13 and a half. And they'll put it right. Yeah, they'll put it right at the 13 and a half is where they're going to spot it. So the Oilers can get a first down at about the 3. 2 to the top. Again, tight ends, 2 of them in there. Bridges behind. Chauncey gets the handoff again and runs into a pile. The pile does push forward with some good push from that offensive line. Takes it to the 10-yard line. Pickup of 3. 2nd and 7 coming up for Findlay. Oilers will finish off the regular season next week up in Houghton, Michigan, taking on the Huskies of Michigan Tech. Let's go one wide out each side. Stick with the 2 tight ends. And Bridges in the backfield. Jervis, again the give to Chauncey. Chauncey finds a seam and drives inside the 5. Will be brought down at about the 4, setting up a 3rd down and 1. Nice seam there by the Oilers. They open it up there on the right side. Jason Mulligan, Christian Olmstead, and Neil Davis. Again, one out, wide out to each side. 2 tight ends in there. Fake the give. Reese pulls it out of the belly, and he'll trot in and get inside the pylon on the left side. Touchdown Oilers. Excellent read on that option as he saw the defensive end crashing down. He pulls it out of the belly of Chauncey and then turns it up himself and gets the touchdown run from 4 yards out. Bring on Tyler Bouget, the senior place kicker. Oilers draw first blood here with 8:45 left in the first quarter. Capitalize on that great field position. Spot down kick is up, and the kick is good. 8:45 left in the first quarter. Oilers lead at 7-0. Back in a moment on 88.3 WLFC.
The University of Findlay Athletic Department would like to thank all youth football players who are in attendance today. Thank you for coming. Tyler Bergier to kick off for Findlay.
Oilers lead at 7-0 after a 4-yard touchdown run by Reese Jervis. Caps off a 4-play, 50-yard drive that took just a minute and 28 seconds. Oilers already with 66 rushing yards here in the first quarter. Kickoff by Bujaya, angles towards the right side. It'll be fielded 2 yards deep and be brought out by Northwood. Up the right side, picks up one block, spins through another would-be tackler and gets it out to the 30. Impressive return as he bounced off a couple of would-be tacklers. And on the return there at time for the Timberwolves was Andre Carter, junior running back. And the Oiler defense back out there. That whole last sequence by the Oilers really played well by everyone. The special teams pins the punt back deep. Oilers force them into a punt from deep in their own end zone, or deep in their own end, and then the offense capitalizes on the great field position. Good team possessions there. Handoff into the belly of the first back, and he's going no place. He'll be driven back after he hits the line of scrimmage. On the carry that time was Abdul Levy, redshirt freshman out of Chesterland, Ohio, West Geauga High School. Second down and 10 coming up for the T-Wolves. 2 receivers come to the near side, 1 back behind. Slot a man on the top of the formation as well. Play action fake, throw over the top, was looking for the tight end, and that got rushed a little bit after good pressure by the Oilers. And was that getting in the backfield and forcing him to rush that a little bit? That might have been Kyle Skidmore, and it was. So incomplete, brings up 3rd down and 10 as they try that little tight end pop pass, almost like a little jump pass. But the Oilers got good pressure and had good coverage as well. This time they'll swing 4 receivers, 3 to the near side, 1 to the top. 1 back right on the hip of Garbarino, and he'll roll to the near side looking. Throws and overthrows his intended target again. Was looking for Vashawn Nutt. Early lines up in the backfield. That time as a receiver, incomplete, so a 3 and out. And not a yard on that possession for Northwood, and they'll send Troy Robinson back. As he'll prepare to receive the punt from McCormick. Robinson, senior from Mifflin, Ohio. He's had a great return year for the Oilers. McCormick hits a line drive that's going to drive him back. He fields it at about the 23. Comes to the near side, trying to find a lane, and good coverage by the Timberwolves that time, and never got himself turned up. Scott Calendarino with the coverage play. And the Oilers will start 1st and 10 from the 26. About a 3-yard return for Robinson that time. The Oiler offense coming off that 4-play touchdown drive heads back out with Reese Jervis as the quarterback. Chauncey Bridges the back behind. And the Oilers have been run heavy here. 2 tight ends in there. Fake the handoff, throw is batted down. Good job that time by Northwood as Charles Williams, the defensive lineman out of Plantation, Florida, just went up and swatted that down with 2. He got good separation from the lineman. Oilers had a man out there, was looking for Jason Moore. But 2nd down and 10 now facing the Oilers. That was just the 2nd pass attempt by the Oilers, have yet to complete one. Handoff goes to Dauda Silla, and Dauda finds a nice seam, this time on the left side of the line for the Oilers. Good push by Alton. And again, Davis. Dickinson came around. And the Oilers looking at 3rd and 2 here after an 8-yard pickup by Silla. Keep Dauda in there. Moore and Kosak go to the top of the formation. And the 2 tight ends staying in there. It's been pretty much a fixture for the Oilers. Handoff in the middle, and that's going to be swamped up after maybe a yard to the 35. The Oilers going to be looking at third down and a long one here, because there wasn't much there. Tried going behind Olmstead. And Coach Key's not wanting to roll the dice here, so he'll send out Patrick Rusher on 4th and 1. Clock running, 6:35 and counting here in the first quarter. Oilers lead at 7-0 on a 4-yard Reese Jervis touchdown run. One man back around the 25. Patrick hangs another one, drives a man back, doesn't signal fair catch, spins away from a couple of tacklers and now has some running room. Bounces it to the outside across the 40, and big hit just levied there. And coming up and putting the pop on was Patrick Rusher, the punter himself. But the Oilers had first contact with him back inside the 25, but he just somehow got away from it, did the return man. Flag over on the far side of the field by the sideline. You wonder if this is maybe a sideline warning. Completely away from the play. Yeah, sideline warning. And microphone apparently not working. So that first time is just the warning. But still excellent field position for the T-Wolves at their own 45-yard line. So bring out Garbarino and company. We've been held to about 14 yards so far in this one. Some more traditional Woodbone look. Handoff goes up the middle, and Oilers have it. Snuffed out and driven back. Call it no gain. Right at the point of attack, Ashton Elmore in there. Brad Fenton. Miles Alexander as well. No place to go there. Now at some point, they're going to pull that out. You got to know that's coming. One each side. Couple wings in there, back behind. This is that traditional Woodbone that we're used to seeing from Northwood over the years. Wants to throw the quick pass, complete, out in space. Chewy stop, brings him down, but not until he picks up 9 yards. And bring up a third down and 1. Takes it into Oiler territory at the 46. Two receivers to the right. Slot a man on the top side. One back behind is Levy. And going to burn the timeout is Northwood. They don't like the setup, and the play clock was running down. We'll take the timeout as well. Oilers lead at 7-0. Back in a moment on 88.3 WLFC.
Timeouts are sponsored by Jimmy John's Holiday Inn Express and Country Inn and Suites.
Traditional Woodbone play that time. Fake once, fake twice, then the quarterback keep, tried to go gut, and came up about a half-yard short as the Oilers stiffened in that middle. 4th and less than 1, and it looks like Northwood's going to gamble here at the Oiler, just inside the Oiler 46, needing less than a yard. One wide out each side, a wing each side. Back behind, and the check off to the sideline by Garbarino. Oilers go press coverage on the receivers on both sides. Handoff goes to the wing, and he finds enough for the first down and about an extra yard. Takes it to the Oiler 44. Good hard run that time by Levy. And he picks up a yard and a half, and it moves the sticks. Spectacular weather here on a November Saturday afternoon. 3 receivers strung to the top, 2 to the near side is Garbarino in the backfield by himself here. Historically, a lot of times Northwood runs the quarterback draw out of this. Now they'll bring a receiver in motion, fake the jet, and there's that quarterback draw right up the middle. And takes it inside the 35 and down to the 32. Good run by Garbarino. They brought Carter in motion and faked the jet to him. And then it turned it up for big yardage. Oilers lead at 7-0, but Northwood threatening. 2 to the left. Full house backfield around Garbarino as he's flanked on each side and a back behind. Got Burgic behind, and Burgic will get the handoff, and Burgic goes backwards. The ball popped out, and they say that Northwood, one of the offensive linemen, fell on top of it to keep it alive for Northwood. Oilers are right at the point of attack, and Burgic never had a chance. Again, no gain. That middle of the Oilers have been stingy. Second down and 10. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Bring a man in motion. Back, rolling, looking, now steps up once to run. Runs out of one tackler, and not able to sidestep a second, though. Running up and making the play for the Oilers that time was Isaac Miles, and did a great job of holding that to 2 yards. That was not a designed run. Oilers just had that good of coverage downfield. And then the Oilers did a nice job of adjusting as the linebacker Miles comes up and makes it after a 2-yard pickup. 3rd and 8. 2 to the left, slot man on the near side and the top side. He'll go in motion down the line, and Garbarino still pushing. He's going to take it inside the 30 and down to the 27. That's going to bring up a 4th down and about 5. Kyle Skidmore is going to get credit on the tackle. See how Coach Haynes decides to play this one. Certainly going to go here on 4th, and it's all closer to 6, really. He's going to string it out. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, 1 back behind. Back, rolling near side, has pressure, steps up, chucks it to the end zone. Man has a step. No, not able to hold on. Incomplete. Good job by Garbarino to buy some time with his feet, and it also brought the corner off the receiver a little bit as he thought he might scramble. Gave some space, but not able to haul it in that time was Vashawn Nutt. Falls incomplete, and the Oilers will take over. So good job by the defense. And Oiler offense will come back out on the field and start this drive at their 28, 1st and 10. Jervis and company. Bridges behind, 2 receivers to the top, 1 to the near side. Reese has only had 2 pass attempts, has yet to complete 1. But the run game has been solid. Handoff again to the middle. Stiffening this time, and little to nothing there for Chauncey this time. Bring up a 2nd down and still about 10. Under a minute remaining here in the first quarter. Finley on top, 7-0 after Reese Jervis's 4-yard touchdown run. Potentially the last play here of the first quarter. 2 to the top, 1 to the near side. Reese play action fake, rolling looks, wants Kosak over the top. Arian just not able, and boy, a lot of contact up the side here. Kosak and Tripp going back and forth at each other pretty good, but no flag. And the Oilers will look at 3rd down and 10. Get one more play as the clock stops with 34 seconds. At least one more play here in the first quarter. Oilers will bring in Darnell Fields, who had some key receptions for the Oilers last week, filling in for Arian Kosak. He and another receiver go to the top side, single receiver on the near side. Got a free 5 here maybe for the Oilers. Throw it out and through the hands of Jason Moore. I think they got the defensive end here on the near side to jump offside, and it is. So the Oilers are going to get another chance at this. It's going to be 3rd down and about 5. Jason Moore was open, but Reese just a little high and hot with that throw. I think a lot of times Jason catches it, just not that time. But they'll get another chance at it here after the 5-yard step off. There's a little bit of a hard count that time. Caught Cam Fritz. Again, 2 to the top, 1 to the near side. Mike got another freebie here. No flag thrown this time. Now the flag is thrown, and Jason Moore goes ahead and pulls it down anyways. Went on the fly up top, and it was just one-on-one between him and Jerry Taylor, and an acrobatic leaping catch by Jason Moore. Did get a flag over on the far side, but I think it's going to be offsides again, and the Oilers are going to decline. Uh-oh, maybe not. Now there's the signal. Blew his whistle several times. I thought maybe he was calling everybody back. Now obviously the Oilers will wave that off as they take it. Jason Moore was finally brought down at the 32 of Northwood. 24 seconds and they wind the clock. 2 to the top, 1 to the near side. Back, steps up, throws, looking for Kosak, and is almost intercepted. Nice play by the defensive back. Had great coverage out there, and then tripped, turned back to the inside, and actually had the best opportunity at that slightly underthrown ball. So 2nd down and 10 for the Oilers with 14 seconds left in this first quarter. Oilers trying to get the passing game going here. Twin receivers to each side. Federico lined up as the inside receiver on the near side with Jason Moore. Blunk and Kosak on the top side. Hand off to Chauncey, and that goes backwards. Strung him out and then tried to sneak Chauncey up the middle, and Northwood wasn't buying it. Leading the defensive charge was Travis Whitcher. And that'll be the end of the first quarter. After 1 quarter play, Findlay leads at 7-0. Back in a moment on WLFC. Quarter action here. Oilers will be looking at a 3rd down and about 12 after the 2-yard loss on the Bridges run. And then see if the Oilers don't treat this like 4-down territory, try to break this into 2 plays. They might come back with another run here, try to slip a draw or something in here. But both teams right now are still on the end of quarter huddles on their side, the respective sidelines. Now the Oilers will break theirs, head on out. Jason Moore, Dylan Blunk, Jacob Alton, Arian Kosak. The 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right. Single Jason Moore is up to the top. That's the short side of the field. Through 1 quarter, Northwood 18 plays, 41 yards. Oilers 17 plays, 108 yards. Back, Jervis looks, throws, complete to Alton, and then he turns it up and takes it down to the 25-yard line. Tough catch and run after the catch by Jacob. Took a pretty good pop there as pretty good coverage was coming, but a laser by Reese got in there and sets the Oilers up with 4th and about, call it 3. It's about 2.5. And Oilers are going to go. Cluster of 3 receivers all to the right, rolling, looking on 4th and 3. Throw over the top. Kosak pulls it down, and it'll be pulled down out of bounds around the 5-yard line. And the Oilers will be looking at 1st and goal. Nicely drawn up. Oilers quick to the line. Didn't give Northwood time to adjust, and a perfectly thrown ball just over the top to Arian. And the Oilers now looking at 1st and goal from the 5. One wide out each side. A couple of tight ends in there. Handoff up the middle, fighting for yardage, and gets the end zone.
Chauncey
Touchdown
Bridges for the Oilers, touchdown.
Great run by the Oilers. And again, Woe with a little bit quick tempo, a little bit of rhythm. And the Oilers in front 13-0 with an extra point pending. Chauncey Bridges doing the damage from the final 5. Bring on Tyler Bugea. Spot down, the kick is up. And the kick is good. And 57 seconds into the second quarter, Oilers lead at 14-0. Back in a moment on WLFC.
University 0. Don't forget to buy your 50-50 ticket. Social media. Search Findlay Oilers on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for photos and more. Tyler Bugea to kick off for Findlay. Andre Carter and Vashon Nutt deep to receive.
Front 14-0, preparing to kick it away to Northwood. Tyler Bugea ready to put the foot to it. And he'll go ahead and kick away. High, short spinner. Takes a hop and skips out of bounds. That'll give Northwood the ball at the 35. That last drive by the Oilers, 8 plays, 72 yards. Took 2 minutes and 10 seconds and capped off with a Chauncey Bridges 5-yard run.
35-yard line.
Key play in that was the, actually 2 key plays. The pass down to
Fans,
Jason
for more
Moore,
information
phenomenal
on
catch,
University
and
of
then
Findlay
converting
Athletics,
the 4th down
please
on the
visit
throw from Jervis to Kosak.
athletics.findlay.edu. There you will find articles, pictures, stats, and more. Your number one source for information on the Oilers is at
trailing by a couple of scores and
athletics.findlay.edu.
might be forcing their hand to throw the ball a little more than they like. Inside receiver in motion. Fake the jet. Quarterback will turn it up. Bounces outside, and ball is ripped out, but the quarterback falls back on top of it. Excellent job that time as Anthony Lanier came up, wrapped him, and then just ripped across his arms.
Losses to the
And
Northwood
very fortunate ball
28-yard
jumped
line.
right back into
Second
his
down,
hands
17.
for Garbarino. But it's going to be a huge loss back inside the 30 to the 28, so a 7-yard loss sets up second down and 17. 2 wideouts to the top, single to the near side. Pump fake on the play action, throw across the middle, complete. And going to be down, I believe, short of the first down
Carter.
at the 44, but picked up 16 of the 17
Francis
that
Kutchamber
time.
on the tackle for Findlay. Gain to the
They managed
Northwood
to slip Andre
44-yard
Carter
line.
out of the slot.
3rd down 1.
And Garbarino with probably his best throw of the game there. 3rd and 1. 2 to the top, 1 to the near side, plus a slot man. Fake the give, quarterback keeps, 1st down yardage and more. He takes it across the midfield stripe.
Joe
and down to the
Garbarino, the
45.
ball carrier.
An extra man at the point of
Aaron
attack.
Ivory on the tackle.
Got to keep your
Gain
assignments.
to the Findlay 45, first down.
Kyle Skidmore comes off and gets word from the coaching staff there, but so hard to do. It seems like an easy thing, but it really is a hard thing to do because you're just trying to make plays. Here's that traditional bone look. Oilers are going to jump, but did they get back? They must have got back. And the check off onto by Northwood for a new play. Back, wants to throw Garbarino. Looking out the top side and incomplete. Oh, did they say caught it? Well, I thought it was incomplete, out of bounds, but it caught all the way down inside the 10 at the 7. Phenomenal bit of catch that time. It looked like he was 2 yards out of bounds, but the official said no, he got a foot in. And now knocking at the door is the Timberwolves. First and goal from the 7. In that wraparound wishbone around the quarterback, Garbarino. One wide out to the near side. Handoff goes up the middle, Levy, and he gets great push inside the 5 and down to about the 3, it looks like. Say it's the 3-yard line. And again, Northwood taking their time here, looking to the sideline. Oilers up 14-0, but Northwood looking to answer back quick, especially after that long pass down the field. Fake the jet, quarterback's going to keep it. Oh, he takes a pop from Miles Alexander. One man had him wrapped low, and he tried spinning out of it, and Miles just came and lowered the boom on him. Give Garbarino credit, pops right back up, but loses 2. Back to the 5, just inside the 5. It'll be 3rd and goal from there. Again, that wraparound bone. And they'll check off to the sideline, will the Timberwolves. Coaching staff thinks they're going to try something to a corner here based off of the signals they're sending into the defense. Just a single receiver out at the top. And that's what it's going to be, a throw to the corner. Did he pull it down? No. Incomplete, so 4th and goal, and I think they're going to bring on the place kicker to try to get some points on the board. Looks like they're going to bring on Keegan Haggerty. Coverage that time, good scouting by the coaching staff. That's exactly what they expected. Not a great throw either, but McCormick, the punter, serves as the holder for Haggerty. This will be spotted down at the 11, so a 21-yard attempt. Kick is up, and the kick is good. 10:31 left in the first half, 14-3 Findlay. Back in a moment.
Your University of Findlay Oilers 14, Northwood University 3. Lorenzo Ivans to kick off for
21-yard field goal by Keegan Haggerty for the Timberwolves. Capped off an 8-play, 61-yard drive that took 3 minutes and 32 seconds. 2 men back to field the kick for the Oilers. Line drive angling kick is going to bounce out the back of the end zone. Went with the low line driver that time. And no attempt to return it for the Oilers. Comes out to the 25 where the Oilers will go 1st and 10. Oilers will run heavy early, then started throwing in the pass on that last drive, the last offensive drive for the Oilers. So the Oilers now with 142 yards of total offense on 20 plays. Northwood 25 plays for 102. But most of it on that last scoring drive. Oilers open up at 4 receivers, 2 to each side. One back behind. Play action fake. Rolls. Throws to his check down. That's Blunk. And Dillon doing a little running after the catch to pick up a couple extra yards. Is going to come up just shy of the first down at the 34 and a half. Good 9-yard pickup. Give the Oilers some options here on second and short. Kosak, Blunk, Alton, all three will go to the left. That's the wide side of the field. Jason Moore, single receiver here on the near side. They're going to roll a safety over the top on Jason as well. Faked up the middle. Reese is going to keep it himself. Turns it to the middle of the field. Lowers his shoulder and pushes all the way out to the Oiler 49-yard line. Good, strong, assertive, decisive run by Reese Jervis. Tackle made for the Timberwolves by Nick Tripp. It's about the third design run by Reese, including his touchdown run earlier. 3 to the top, 1 to the near side again. Long count by Reese. Gives. And pushes forward for about 1.5 yards. And Bridges again, the ball carrier. Not much there. Is right now Northwood committing to stopping that run, especially up the middle. Oilers are finding some pretty good seams and gaps early in that first quarter, but with about 5 minutes left, Northwood has changed the strategy, and they're walking up those linebackers. Oilers go twins to each side on the receivers. Keep Bridges in the backfield to the right of Reese. Play action fake and hit as he throws. Came off the end hard that time. Good pressure put on by Cam Fritz. As that time he just got around the corner on Andrew Dickinson and kind of pushed Dickinson into him and got a hand on him, and the throw kind of went errant. So now the Oilers looking at third and call it 9 officially. It's the ball right at the midfield stripe. Still 2 to each side. Now bring Dylan Blunk in motion, so it's 3 receivers to the top. Back. Pressure comes again. Dumps it off to Bridges out of the backfield. And he takes it down to about the 46 of Northwood. It's going to bring up 4th and long, but we had a flag right at the snap. I'm wondering if the Oilers were maybe in a illegal formation. You decline the penalty, it's going to set up a 4th down and about 5. Accepting the penalty will make it 3rd and about 14. No. The Oilers are backing up. That's why I thought maybe that's what it was, but instead it's another offsides penalty against Northwood. So now the Oilers will get a chance at third down and 4 now. Nice little change up there, faking and then throwing it to Chauncey out of the backfield. Oilers go 3 left, 1 right. Check off by Reese to the sideline. Press coverage rolls up at the last second. Throw looking over the top. Jason Moore, and good coverage. Not able to hook up with Jason. Jerry Taylor right there and reached in and knocked the ball away. And the Oilers looking at 4th down and 4, and they're going to play the field position game, leading it 14-3. Try to pin them back deep like they did early in the first quarter. Obenauer, one of those seniors out there as the long snapper. One man back about his 10. Looking to return this. That appears to be Barron. High snap. Patrick hits a end over end wobbler, and a fair catch is called for and made around the 14. You can Didn't quite get all that, but still a pretty good punt effort. Backs Northwood up. Oilers leading at 14-3. With 8:02 left here in the first half. I actually say he got out to the 15-yard line, so that's where he'll go 1st and 10. So Garbarino, who on the day is 3 of 10, steps back in there, but he hit a big pass to help set up that field goal on the last drive. Has one wide out to each side, slot man on each side. Give goes up the middle, and again, the Oilers being stingy there. And that's Levy, the ball carrier. Levy, they're going to say, gets forward push out to about the 17, pick up of 2, 2nd down and 8. One wide out each side, slot each side, and they'll check off for a new offensive play. Same formation. Quarterback keeps pitches late, has running room and blockers out in front. Big hit put on, but not before he gets enough for the 1st down. Ball carrier that time is Nicholson, and Aaron Ivory comes over to put the hit on, but haven't seen much of that pitch. Faked up the gut, faked the quarterback keep, and then pitched late to Nicholson. That's a staple of this offense as they take it out to their own 29-yard line, 1st and 10. Clock continues to move, 7 minutes left in the first half. Oilers in front 14-3. Back, looking, has pressure, and it's going to be sacked. Ball comes out late, but he was already down back at the 15. Oilers came that time, well disguised. Kyle Skidmore in there along with AC Limes, and Garbarino never had a chance to look anyplace. I'll say he's down at the 18. Loss of 11, so 2nd and 21. Two to the top, one to the near side. Fake the handoff, quarterback avoids one tackler, another, and then finally going to be stuck. As that comes up and makes the play for the Oilers, that's going to be Robinson. And Garbarino gets back what he lost on the sack, sets up 3rd down and 10. Oilers had a chance at him in the backfield, but he's been a little elusive. Managed to get away and gets an 11-yard pickup. Two to the near side. Tight slot on the top. Back behind. Back, looking to throw. Wants to go over the top and overthrew that badly by about 5-6 yards. Troy Robinson, the person who had the best chance at that one, was looking for Andre Fitz. Looks like. Either way, it falls incomplete and bring on the punt unit. That was actually Spacuzzi who was the intended target. Troy Robinson back just inside his 30. McCormick to kick it away. Hangs it up there. Robinson fields it right at the 25. Wants to come near side. Picks up one block, sidesteps, drives across the 30 to about the 32-33. Oilers wanted a flag late. There is going to be a flag over on the sideline by the Northwood sideline. We'll see how that all shakes out here in a moment. Decent little return, but the Oiler faithful wanted a late hit as a late man came into the pile and blasted it. I'm not sure that's what the flag was. And the officials are conferring over at the 45. It's going to be an unsportsmanlike against the Oilers. They say think he said 25, Tyler Lee. So instead of that, the Oilers will go back 15. So that went the exact opposite of what the Oilers wanted. Oilers thought they were entitled to a late hit call against Northwood, instead unsportsmanlike against Finley. So takes it back inside the 20 to the 18. That's where the Oilers will go 1st and 10. With 5:20 left here in the first half, Oilers in front 14-3. 2 to the near side, 1 to the top side. Handoff goes to Chauncey, and he is dead to rights. Sliding in, completely untouched, was Hunter Scott, and drops him for a loss inside the 15 to the 14. It's a loss of about 4. Second down and 14 now coming up for the Oilers. Something in the scheme there, because nobody, and I mean absolutely nobody, touched Hunter Scott. Oilers will send 3 receivers all to the top of the formation. And the give goes up the middle and pushes back across the 15 to about the 17. There on the stop, Ralph Canty. And also in on his Gustafson and Dabney. So now the Oilers looking at 3rd down and 11. 2 to the top. 1 to the near side is Jason Moore. No safety overhelp on Jason. He's got single coverage. Reese back looking, and he's going to be sacked. Delay blitz came that time, and slicing in was Josh Dabney. And Reese, just as he was getting ready to set to throw to Jason, who had good position, he ended up going down. So Northwood is really amped up. Coach Keys talked about this Northwood defense. He says they're very good, very solid on the coverage. And he says they really attack and swarm the football. So now Patrick Rusher will punt from the middle of his own end zone. Return man standing right at the midfield stripe. High snap, pulled down, and this gets whistled down before it goes. Procedure call against the Oilers will back him up a little more. 3:23 left here in the first half. At the half, we'll talk with Director of Athletics at the University of Findlay, Brandy Larita. We'll also get a check of the scoreboards, both the GLIAC and the top 25. Also a look at your 419 weather. And now Patrick Rusher's back with his heels just inside that back end zone. And it's been a couple high snaps these last couple times. One of those could be a little bit of a minor disaster here for the Oilers. Want to adjust the clock back to 3:28. High snap pulled down by Rusher, just got it down, gets it off. Catch is going to be made at about the 48, backing up, and still turned it into about 3 or 4 yard gain. Oilers, 2 of them wrapped him around the waist, but somehow kind of wiggled his way for a couple of yards. That time did the return man, Dante Johnson. And great field position here for Northwood with 3:18 left here in the first half. They'll start 1st and 10 at the 44. One wide out each side in that traditional wraparound bone. Back and rolling. Wants to throw back to the near side. Receiver has an inside position and overthrew it a little bit. Had a man, he got inside position. That was looking for Therone Wilson. He got the inside position, and he's so much bigger than the Oiler defensive backs. They just can't get around him to get inside of him. But fortunately, Garbarino overthrew it. 2nd down and 10. Two to the top, 1 to the near side. Handoff goes to the middle, bounces off a tackler, and still on his feet, and finally rumbles his way down to the 25. Oilers came up and had a chance to pop him in the hole, but give credit where credit's due. Levy just took the hit, bounced him off, and then turned it up for an additional 15 yards. Takes it inside the Oiler 25 to the 24. Rolling out, Garbarino has time now. Looks like he's going to tuck it and run, and he'll scamper out of bounds around the 21. Isaac Miles in pursuit that time. Clock at 2:44. Sets up a second down and about 7. Northwood looking to the sideline. In that wraparound bone. And the give goes to the right, and Oilers do a good job of sniffing it out. No gain there. Third down, and the same aforementioned 7. Miles Alexander slices in, the senior linebacker, in on the stop. Bringing a couple of receivers, Wilson being one of them. Also bring in John Hall, another 6'4" receiver. He'll be at the top of the formation, Wilson to the near side. Then slot a man on each side. Those are Carter and Nicholson. Now move Nicholson across, rolling to this side. Wants to turn it up and nowhere to go. Great pursuit by the Oilers and a great individual effort for the Oilers put on by Isaac Miles. He just rode his blocker all the way down and then shedded him and then jumped on top. But they've got a flag up the field here. And that's in the area of, well, we'll have to wait and see. Could be. Oilers going to get called for unsportsmanlike conduct after the play was over. And instead of it being 4th down and long, it's going to be a 1st and 10. And the Oilers, second time, whistled for unsportsmanlike conduct. Keep this drive alive with 91 seconds left in the half. Ball spotted at the 12, where it'll be 1st and 10. Two receivers split out to the top. Quarterback on the draw up the middle, and Miles Alexander pulls him down right at the 10. Kind of came behind it and then wrapped him around the legs and pulled him down. We got 1 minute remaining here in the half. Oilers in front 14-3. Might have a change to our plans here at the half. We might be talking with men's head basketball coach Charlie Ernst at the half. One wide out each side. Of course, the Oilers with an outstanding exhibition performance last night down in Dayton. Timing pattern to the corner and almost intercepted, but we're going to get a defensive hold here, I think, on the Oilers. I think they're going to get Troy Robinson, who was kind of pulling on the arm a little bit. The ball was overthrown, and the Oilers rolled the safety over, who had a chance to intercept that, but I think this is going against Finley. We'll wait and see. Yep, they're going to get Troy Robinson for defensive hold. As the receiver came out of his break, Troy just kind of grabbed onto his arm. And that's an automatic 1st down on the defensive holding. And takes it to the 5-yard line where it'll be 1st and goal from there. So penalties hurt the Oilers here. Wraparound bone look. Give to Levy, and he races for the end zone touchdown. Just went student body right that time, did the Timberwolves, and they've cut this deficit down to just 5 with a point after try coming. And 30 seconds left in the first half. Confirmed it will be Charlie Ernst joining us. So bring on the extra point attempt here by Northwood. Kick is up, And the kick is good. 30 seconds left. It's 14-10 in favor of Findlay. Back in a moment on WLFC.
Wood University 10. Updated GLIAC scores of games in progress. Second quarter, Wayne State 10, Ohio Dominican 6. Also in the second quarter, Ferris State 20, Hillsdale 7.
Oilers lead cut down to 4, 14-10. Prepare to receive the kickoff. With 30 seconds remaining here. Two men back inside their 5. High spinner. This will be fielded a couple yards deep, and Jay Williams will take a knee and bring it out to the 25-yard line where the Oilers go 1st and 10. So that touchdown drive, to be honest, aided by a couple Oiler penalties. And now the Oiler lead, which at one point was 14-0, has seen it cut to just 4 with 10 straight unanswered by the T-Wolves. See how the Oilers play this last 30 seconds. Northwood will receive the second half kickoff to start things off. One to the top, one to the near side. And the give. And finding some running room is Chauncey Bridges. Picks up about exactly 10. And that should be enough for a first down, and it's official signal that it is. Stops the clock with 25 seconds, and then the Oilers will take a timeout. We're going to keep it here. As we said, we're talking about Charlie Ernst here in just a few moments, head men's basketball coach. Oilers got edged out 76-69, but accounted themselves well. Oilers jumped out to a 26-10 lead in the first 10 minutes of the game and had a 41-34 lead at the break. But, you know, a lot of times these exhibitions are about finding out what your players got, and some great performances by the Oilers last night. And it'll be a pleasure to talk with Coach Ernst about that and get his take and do a little bit more of a preview on the Oiler men's basketball team. Season will get going in full force here. Jason Grange will have all the play-by-play coverage for you during the season. Expecting big things, the Oilers last year in the GLIAC for basketball as well. So Oilers at a fresh set of downs here, 25 seconds remaining. Oilers still have 2 timeouts. 2 to the top, 1 to the near side. Back, Reese lets it fly, wants Jason Moore, and gets it, and gets another first down and gets out of bounds to stop the clock with 20 seconds left. Has it out to the 46-yard line. Like to see the Oilers. Obviously, a touchdown would be the preferred, but just getting some points here before the end of the half. 2 to the top, 1 to the near side is Jason Moore. Back, Reese steps up, has time, overthrows, and intercepted. And on the return, takes it back to the Oiler 45-yard line, was looking for Kosak and really just overthrew him. And making the play was Saverio Tovano, redshirt freshman defensive back. So the Oilers, instead of trying to get some points before the end of the half, will have to try to keep Northwood right where they're at with 13 seconds remaining. For Reese, his 12th interception of the year. See if Northwood wants to gamble here or if they'll take it to the locker room, knowing they got the second half kickoff. They want to roll out, looking to throw. Out here in the flat, complete. And good throw that time to John Hall. Takes it to the Oiler. Now where's the spot down going to be? 32. 8 seconds left. Some uncertainty on personnel. Keep them in. They're just going to flop the receivers. Bring Wilson to the near side. Send Hall out to the top with another receiver. Back, looks, quick throw over the middle. Wide open. And upended inside the 10. And a timeout will be taken with 3 seconds left. Boy, they flopped that, and then that inside receiver just made a hard line and a quick throw. Well drawn up. Andre Carter with the catch. And looks like they're going to set up for another field goal attempt here that could cut it to a 1-point Oiler lead going into the half. So instead of the Oilers looking to maybe get down and extend the lead before the half, looks like Northwood's going to be in a position to try to narrow it down to the smallest of margins here as they take a timeout to get ready for this field goal attempt. As we said, Charlie Ernst coming up. We'll also head back to the studio with Ron Knopf for a check of scores and weather. And we'll come back, hit all the highlights, or excuse me, hit all the stats, and get you ready for the second half. So bring on Haggerty, the senior place kicker. Transfer from Albion College, Co-Michigan native. This will be spotted down at the 16-yard line, so a 26-yard attempt here. Should be the last play of the half. And Coach Keys wants to ice the kicker. So we're going to go ahead and take this time out. 14-10 Findlay back. Seconds left here in the first half. Oilers in front 14-10, but Northwood preparing for a 26-yard field goal attempt here by Keegan Haggerty. Oilers were out 14-0 on this one, but if the Oilers come back with 10 straight, and after the interception, chance to make it 13 unanswered. Nothing is for certain. Obviously well within Haggerty's range. From the left hash, Coach Keys can't take him to the locker room with you, so he's going to go ahead and burn another one. We said Oilers go on the road next week to close out the season.
Finley. It's our third and final of the half.
Had all the long trip up and across the bridge and then across the peninsula, just shy of that Wisconsin border to Houghton, Michigan, home of the Michigan Tech Huskies. And, in some ways it's kind of appropriate for the Oilers to finish their GLIAC, the time in the GLIAC was making the longest trip that they make, or that they can possibly make, going all the way up to Houghton. And that's a Huskies team that's been kind of up and down this year. And we saw Northwood beat that Husky team a couple weeks ago. They can string together a win here today, and next week can finish with a winning season at 6-5. Oilers have used all their timeouts, so We're going to see this kick by Haggerty, barring something unforeseen. Again, left hash from 26 yards. Spot down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. And that is the end of the half, and they'll go to the half with the Oilers holding a 14-13 lead.
Stadium
We'll be back
reads,
after this.
Your
on
University of
88.3
Findlay Oilers
WLFC.
14, Northwood University 13.
Okay, how are you? I'm good. Going to talk to both you and Charlie? Awesome. How's everything?
In 1982, the American rock band Toto released one of their best-known hits. It reached #1 on the Billboard Top 100. Sit back and enjoy as the Marching Oiler Brass brings you their rendition of Africa. we continue our halftime performance and feature twirler Caitlin Reitz in Van Halen's 1983 hit, Jump. As we bring the final show of the season to a close, we remember and thank our seniors for all their hard work and dedication to the marching Oiler Brass. This year's seniors are Aaron Ambery from Massillon, Ohio, majoring in forensic science, escorted by Monica and Doug Ambery. Nick Balaj from Akron, Ohio, majoring in broadcast journalism with digital media, escorted by his parents, Ed and Jennifer Balaj. Brett Hensley from Northampton, Ohio, majoring in strength and conditioning pre-athletic training, escorted by Karen Hensley and Bob Watson and Ed Tartman. Kelsey Jimison from Elmore, Ohio, majoring in pharmacy, escorted by her parents, Roger and Kim Jimison. And we have AJ Kaler, hometown Hilliard, Ohio, majoring in pre-vet, escorted by parents Janet and Ken Kaler and brother Aaron Kaler. Samantha Kohler from New Franklin, Ohio, is majoring in adolescent, young adult, integrated mathematics education and pure mathematics, escorted by parents Robert and Patricia Kohler. Brian Miller from Rittman, Ohio, majoring in environmental safety and occupational health management, escorted by Sue Miller. Caitlin Reitz from Swanton, Ohio, majoring in animal science, escorted by parents Charles and Jennifer Reitz. And finally, Sarah Walter from Cary, Ohio, majoring in nursing, escorted by Mike and Jane Walter. Your 2016 Marching Oiler Brass Seniors. Fans, for our final number of the season, the Marching Oiler Brass bring you John Bon Jovi's 1983 hit, Living on a Prayer. The University of Findlay Director of Athletic Bands is Richard Naparella, Assistant Instructor Jack Kiger, Drumline Instructor John Folk. This year's officers include President Brian Miller, Vice President Caitlin Reitz, Drum Captain Nick Balaj, and the mob secretary, Samantha Kohler. The Marching Oiler Brass thanks you for your attendance at this afternoon's final game of the season. We look forward to seeing you next season for another fun-filled, action-packed year. Until next time, this is Jim Winover, the voice of the Marching Oiler Brass, saying, Go Oilers!
Kidding. Hold up. You got me woke up. The way you roll that, sticky like okra. Just let me coach ya. Show you about my culture. It's a late night show like Conan. Bitch, the party ain't over. Go ham in here and grab your friend by the hand. Let me know, is you down? Body like playmate of the year. I might make that play of the year. I already know that we don't play fair, but I think that you and your girl just give me some of that. We stand out till the sun up, twisted and burn up. Can't nobody stop us. We gon' delirious. Out till the sun up, twisted and burn up. Can't nobody stop us. We gon' delirious. La 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 la. Give me some of that. Give me some of that. Give me some of that. We gon' delirious. Come and take a ride, stay up all night, okay? We on Sunset until the sun up. I got my goals here, so don't you run up. It could get ugly. Think I need a wingman. I'm straight from California, smelling like a weed man. I got a lot up, so go and take a hit, dip, drip, one sip from the fifth. I ain't seen none, girl, plead the fifth. Make your man cease to exist. All this money don't make no sense. You scared? Give me some of that. Out till the sun up, twisted and burn up. Can't nobody stop us. We gon' delirious. Out till the sun up, twisted and burn up. Can't nobody stop us. We gon' delirious. La 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 la. Give me some of that. Give me some of that. Give me some of that. We gon' delirious. Come and take a ride, stay up all night, okay? Wait, some of that. Wait, some of that. Wait, some of that. Wait, going off. Wait, going off. Wait, wait, some of that. Wait, some of that. Wait, some of that. Wait, going off. Wait, going off. Give me some of that. 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 Everybody go. Out till the sun up, twisted and burn up. Can't nobody stop us. We gon' delirious. Out till the sun up, twisted and burn up. Can't nobody stop us. We gon' delirious. La 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 la. Give me some of that. Give me some of that. Give me some of that. We gon' delirious.
Trillis. I'm a bigger problem when I click with Skrillex. Murder on my mind, it's time to pray to God. My revolver's not religious, the revolution's born. You wanna know my name, then go and tell the stars. You wanna know my game, Suicide Squad. Pistol on my waist, I might make a mistake. Headshot, oh my God, am I crazy? Drugs every corner, this is Gotham City. Killer truck, came to kidnap you, then cut out your kidney. Ain't no mercy, got that purple Lamborghini lurking. Rose, so she know that worth it. Flooded Rolex at the Grammy Awards. They still selling dope, that's those Miami boys. Killers everywhere, it ain't no place to run. Forgive me for my wrongs, I have just begun. Ain't no mercy, ain't no mercy. Got that purple Lamborghini lurking. Ain't no mercy, ain't no mercy. Got that purple Lamborghini lurking. Rose, don't be begging for your life, cause that's a lost cause. High stakes, body armor, suicide, boy. It's the time for games and it's the time to kill. Make up your mind, baby, cause the time is here. Capital murder, capital letters. Yeah, she catching my vibe, but she can't fathom my cheddar. Need a couple gang members for these new endeavors. From this point on, anything we do together. Body on the corner, million in the trunk. 7 figures, I spend that every other month. Killers on the corner, talents in the clip. Build a palace out in Paris just to fill with say my name and I'm coming with the gun squad. Everybody running, homie, there's only one God. Cocaine, white Ferrari, I'm in the fast lane. Every day was life and death, that's when the cash came. Count money, drug residue, even blood on it. He had it trapping till I put my cuz on it. So I'm do or die for it. Ain't no mercy, ain't no mercy. Got that purple Lamborghini lurking. Ain't no mercy, ain't no mercy. Got that purple Lamborghini lurking. Rose. Forgive me for my wrongs, I have just begun.
Work it, make it, do it, makes us harder, better, faster, stronger.
That don't kill me, can only makes us stronger. I need you to hurry up now, cause I can't wait much longer. I know I got to be right now, cause I can't get much stronger. Man, I've been waiting all night now, that's how long I've been on ya. Let's get lost tonight. You could be my Black Kate Moss tonight.
Welcome back out to Donnell Stadium. Take a look at the first half recap and stats. Oilers got on the scoreboard first. 8:45 left in the first quarter. 4-yard run by Reese Jervis on the quarterback keeper. Capped off a four-play, 50-yard drive. Put the Oilers in front 7-0 after the Vijaya kick. Oilers then 2 possessions later with 14:03 left in the second quarter. Get a 5-yard run from Chauncey Bridges. Tyler Vijaya kick up and good as well. 8-play, 72-yard drive, and the Oilers were up 14-0. Looked like they were rolling, but then Northwood answered right back on the ensuing drive. It took 3 minutes and 32 seconds to go 61 yards in 8 plays. Capped off with a 21-yard Keegan Haggerty field goal, made it 14-3. Then, after forcing a 3-and-out on the Oilers, they put together a 44-yard drive, and found much room today.
Holding. Receiving team.
Holding call against the
26.
Oilers.
10-yard penalty. First down.
And that'll back the Oilers up 10. And they'll say it takes it to the 24. That's where the Oilers will go first and 10. Oilers will open up with Jason Moore split to the top side. Put Federico in the backfield on that side. Single receiver to the near side. Extra tight end on the end of the line. That's what the Oilers opened up with. The handoff goes to Bridges. And Chauncey pushes
Bridges
it across
on
the
the carry.
25 to the 26. Pickup of 2. Second down and 8. Oilers were ripping off some sizable runs on that first couple of series in the middle of that
Ray Shepler
formation.
and
But
Josh Dabney
Northwood
on
has
the
stiffened
tackle.
there.
Gain of 2, second down, 8.
Second down and 8 now. Oilers go 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Still the one back behind. Audible change here by Reese. Play action fake, throw across the middle, complete. And a little bit
Jervis
of traffic,
pass
but goes to
complete
Dylan
Dylan
Blanc, who comes up with a big catch and
Dominic
brought down at the 40-yard
Giovinazzo
line.
on
More
the
than enough for a
tackle.
first down for Finley.
Gain to the Finley
Trying to play some
40-yard
quick
line.
possession
First
passing
down
there. And
Oilers.
works to a T. Again, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Reese goes ahead and gives, and Chauncey finds some room this time up the middle. Reese went ahead and carried out
Charles
the fake, and I
Williams
think
on
that
the tackle.
froze the safety for a moment and helped give a little bit of
4-yard
space
gain,
there. And a
second down,
good
6.
4-yard pickup by Chauncey. Almost 5. Sets up second down and 6. Reese again surveys. Looks like he changes the play here. And the give to Chauncey again, and Chauncey pushes
Chauncey
out for
Bridges.
another 3 yards out to the 47-yard line. And that'll bring up a third down and a long 3 as
Ray
they need to get
Shepler and
just
Michael
across the
Fisher on
midfield
the
stripe, not
tackle.
quite to the 49.
Gain to the Finley 47-yard line. Third down, 3.
Clock continues to move, coming up on 12 minutes left here in the third quarter with the Oilers up 1, 14-13. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Back, wants to throw. Quick slant. Kosak, and he has first down yardage and a
Reese
couple
Jervis
extra. And
to
boy,
Arion
looked like another
Kozak.
opportunity there where somebody could have called a late hit. But either way, it's more than enough for the
Austin
first down for the
Jones
Oilers
on
as it
the
takes it to the
tackle.
40 of Northwood.
Gain to the Northwood 40-yard line. First
They
down
rolled off
Oilers.
that time, gave a little space, and Reese recognized it and hit Kosak, who just took the space and then some. 2 receivers go to the right side this time. Kosak and Blanc. Jason Moore to the left, and a check off to the sideline. Reese. Give to Chauncey. Gets a good seal block on the end. Turns it up inside the 30. Sidesteps inside the 25. And brought
Chauncey
down around the
Bridges.
23-yard line. Great job that time by the left side of the line. Well
Tackled by
called.
Dominic
Andrew Alton and Andrew
Giovinazzo.
Dickinson just crushed the left side of that line. Sealed it off and gave Chauncey a great running lane.
Gain to the Northwood
will have first and
23-yard
10.
line. First down Oilers.
Call it at the 23 of Northwood. 3 receivers to the right, single receiver to the left. Back, looking to throw. To Bridges out of the backfield, and he'll drag a would-be
Jervis
tackler an
pass
extra 4
complete
yards.
to Chauncey
Down to
Bridges.
about the 12-yard line, and that'll be enough for another
Michael
first
Fisher
down.
on the tackle.
Nice little change-up, getting the ball to Chauncey
Gain
in
to the
space.
Northwood
Of course,
12-yard
in
line.
years past, that's
First
what
down
we're used to
Oilers.
seeing from him. So The Oilers with a fresh set of downs and the ball at the 12-yard line. Go 2 to the right. Tight end on the left end of the line. And the give to Chauncey. And that time able to come up was the linebacker. Didn't get caught in the traffic. That was the same play the Oilers broke the big run on just a few moments ago. But this time Northwood fills.
No gain.
They say he got back to the line of scrimmage. So 2nd down and 10 from that same 12-yard line. Clock under 10 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Just about Anthony Federico time, you might think here. 2 to the right, plus Anthony in the backfield on that side. Boot out, look, throw to Federico. And he takes it
Jervis
inside
pass
the 10.
Complete to Anthony Federico.
To the 9, maybe the 8-yard line. Pickup of about
Michael
4.
Fisher on the tackle.
Northwood guessing along the same as I was.
Gain to the Northwood
Still a good pickup.
9-yard line. 3rd down, 7.
I'm going to call it officially 3rd down and 7. Also change the receiver package, bring in Andrew Ogletree. He'll be the inside of the 3 receivers. Blunk, and also to the outside, Seth Linder. And then single receiver appears to be Jason Moore up top. Back, quick throw, corner of the end zone. And how about that by Jason
Reese
Moore?
Jervis to
The defender
Jason
holding
Moore,
on to him,
9
and Jason
yards
just sheds him.
for the Oilers
And a perfect
score.
back shoulder throw to Jason Moore by Reese Jervis. And the Oilers get the touchdown. Push it out to a 20-13 lead with a Tyler Bujea extra point coming. I'll tell you what, both sides, that's exactly what the doctor ordered. A 3 and out by the defense to open things up,
Tyler
and then
Bujea for
a
the
long
point
time
after
consuming
attempt.
scoring
Out
drive
of the
by
whole
the
11
offense that
ranking.
ends in the end zone. Spot down, the kick is up by Bujea, and that is inside the
Bujea's
left
kick is
upright good. And with
8:57
8:57 left in the third
remaining
quarter,
third
Oilers lead
period,
at 21-13.
Your
Back in a
University
moment
of Findlay
on
Oilers 21,
WLFC.
Northwood University 13. Fans are reminded to listen to Coach Keys Weekly every Tuesday at 7 p.m. The show can be heard on 88.3 FM WLFC. And please remember, Donnell Stadium is a smoke-free facility. Anyone wishing to smoke can do so outside the stadium. Tyler Bujea to kick off for the Oilers. Andre Carter and Vashawn Nutt deep to receive.
Play 76-yard drive that took 5 minutes 11 seconds, capped off with a 9-yard touchdown pass to Jason Moore. Kickoff is a high spinner that just goes out the right-hand corner of the end zone. Will be a touchback, bring it out to the 25, perfectly placed.
At each home game, the Press Box Media chooses a
That
player
Oiler
of the
defense
game.
coming off of
Listen
3 and out
for
will come out and try to
today's Country Inn and Suites Holiday Inn Express player of the
repeat
game
that performance.
with approximately 5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter.
So here comes the Northwood offensive unit. Garbarino, the quarterback, has 2 receivers to his right, 1 to the left. Bring the inside receiver on the near side in motion. Quarterback's going to keep, spins away from 1,
Joe
and drives
Garbarino,
across the
ball
25
carrier.
to about the 27. Pickup of a couple. Oilers have had good pursuit on Garbarino.
Aaron Ivory and Francis Kutchember on the tackle.
That's his 15th carry.
Gain of 2.
And gain of his net yardage is 28 yards. So again, a good job of keeping the quarterback pretty well under control for most of this. They've caught him a couple times deep in the backfield. 1 wide out to each side, slot on each side. Again, same look, but the pitch late. And nice job of turning it up before being forced out of bounds.
Shepperly on the carry.
On the carry that time was Shepperly.
Chibuka Chukwanuki on the stop for
They
Finley.
say that is enough for a first down as he got right to the 35. Chewy on the
First down,
stop.
Northwood from their own 35-yard
8
line.
yards too late. Wide out again to each side. And that wraparound wishbone around the quarterback, Garabino. Handoff up the middle, finding some room is Levy. Ooh, he went down hard. He tried going vertical
Abdul
to try
Levy
to
on the carry.
hurdle the Oiler defender who just raised him up, and he came down hard on his shoulder, and he's going to trot off.
Francis Kutchember on the stop.
Good for him to pop right back up, but I got to think he's checking himself a little bit. He
Gain
came
of
down
7,
kind
second
of
down,
awkward
3.
and just missed coming down on top of his head. Glad to see he's okay. But a good pickup of 7 yards sets up second down and 3. And the handoff fake. Quarterback's going to keep, and Oilers read that pretty well, hold it to
Joe
a short gain.
Garbarino on the carry.
But it's going to be third and very short yardage
Miles
here
Alexander
for
on the tackle.
Northwood. Looking to answer back after the Oilers scoring drive, and Levy's going to come back into the lineup.
2-yard gain, third down 1.
Fake that jet action again, and then the quarterback kept it coming back across the grain. Third and call it 1. It's a good full 1. 3 to the right, 1 to the top side. Give Levy, and did he get there? Yes. Spot has him just across the 45, just enough for the first down. Good push in the middle by the Oilers, but
Abdul
he didn't
Levy
need
on
much,
the
and
carry.
he got exactly what he needed.
Miles Alexander
was
on the
flying
tackle.
in there. Lime's in there.
Gain to the Northwood
change out the middle of that
45-yard line,
defense.
first down.
Bring in Elmore and Skidmore. They'll be in that middle. Lime stays to the outside. Roll up a rush linebacker on the outside. And, ran right past it. Brad Fenton, spin move in space, still on his feet. And a good
Damian
run
Nicholson,
by
the ball
Nicholson.
carrier.
Oilers actually read that pretty well. Brad Fenton came off the end and literally ran
Anthony
right past
Lanier
Nicholson.
on the tackle.
And that allowed Nicholson the space
Gain to the
to
Oiler
get another first down
42-yard
and take it
line,
into
first
Oiler
down.
territory at the 42-yard line. Quick moving third quarter here as we're coming up on 5:30 left in the third quarter. Oilers in front 21-13. Wide out to each side. Pitch early, want the halfback option pass, throwing over the top. Wide open is the receiver, and he drops it. He just flat out dropped it. It was perfectly
Shepperly's
drawn up,
pass
perfectly
intended
executed,
for
but
Theron Wilson.
Theron Wilson just not able to
Francis
hold on. He had a
Kutchember defending.
defender coming. It was slightly
Second down.
underthrown. He had to slow down for it and could see the defenders coming at him, and I think that probably might have affected his concentration a little bit. Always dodge a bit of a bullet there. Perfectly timed by the Northwood staff on that play, but falls incomplete. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Quarterback pump and go. Quick throw out in space is complete, and then fights
Garbarino's
for
pass
what
complete
might be
to
another
TJ
first down.
Shepperly.
Shepperly with the catch.
Francis Kutchember on the
they
stop.
say he was forced out they say he was forced out
Gain
about
to
a
the
yard and a
Finley
half shy of the
33-yard
first down
line,
marker,
first
so
down.
third and a long one here. Good answering drive here by Northwood. Two to the right, 1 to the left. Handoff. Comes to the near side. Levy spins away and takes it inside the Oiler 25.
Abdul
This
Levy.
Northwood running game is starting to find some running room now.
Francis Kutchember
Not sure
on
what
the
adjustments
tackle.
is they've made, but they're
Gain to the Finley
working
23-yard line, first down.
another first down. Have it at the Oiler 23. Play action fake and the quarterback draw. Ball comes loose, still loose. Oilers pick it up. Miles Alexander. Miles looking to put on a return, and he'll be pulled down at about his own 35-yard line. Well, part of that was some indecision by the quarterback, Garbarino, who I think initially wanted to throw it over the top after the fake, but then he saw a lane to run through.
First down.
And got it poked away. And then it was kind of late on the turf there for a couple of moments before Alexander came and picked it up. So a turnover each direction now. One against the Oilers and one for the Oilers. Good job by that defense. And the Oiler offense, who seemed to be pushing all the right buttons on that last drive, comes back out, see if they can build on that. Have an 8-point lead. 21-13. One wide out each side. Two tight ends in the formation. Bridges behind. Chauncey gets the handoff, and he'll drive to the 40.
Bridges on the
Pickup
carry.
of 3. 2nd and 7 coming up.
Tackled by Chad Samuels. 3-yard gain, 2nd down, 7.
Well, there's obviously not in any hurry here. Clock coming up on 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Two to the right, one to the left. Back up. Play action fake. Throw across the middle. And does he hold on? No. Jason Moore kind of went down, and his hands were kind of awkward, and he got hit, and I think he actually bounced it off his own knee, perhaps.
Dante
and
Johnson
Jason a little
defended.
frustrated with himself.
3rd down, 7.
That would have been a first down and more there, but unlucky there. Sets up 3rd and 7. Well drawn up, well executed play. Oilers in the 4 receiver set, 3 to the right. Blunk, Alton, and Kosak to the top. More to the near side. Northwood showing blitz. Bring Blunk in motion. That steps up. Flush, now throws late. Complete to Moore, who has first down yardage and takes it into
Jervis
Northwood
to
territory
Jason
near the
Moore.
46-yard line. They'll say he stepped out at the 47.
Run out of bounds by Dominic Giovinazzo.
1st and 10.
First down, Oilers.
Good job by Reese. He got forced out of the pocket, but he kept his head up, and Jason Moore worked back to him. Rolling the clock again. 3 right, 1 left. Bridges behind. Play action fake. Rolls right, throws, and looked like he was just throwing that away.
Jervis pass intended for
He
Jacob
had Alton in the area, but I think Northwood covered up what he actually wanted there. Falls it so incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming. Oilers will take Alton out, put in the tight end, Stoffel. Three receivers to the right. Bridge is still behind. The give to Chauncey. Chauncey finds a seam on the outside. Submarine got a flag thrown in. And this might be a holding call against the Oilers. We'll wait and see.
Dante
Chauncey took it inside the 45 to the 44. But it looks like this is coming back on a hold.
Holding. Offense. Number 54. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot.
And
replay. 2nd down.
looks like they're going to get Andrew Dickinson, and who they're going to say is the guilty culprit. Now they're going to take it all the way back to the Oilers side of midfield to the 43 of
Penalty
Finley.
moves the ball to the Finley
I'll turn this into
43-yard line. 2nd down.
Second
20.
down and about 18. I'm sorry, 2nd down 20. To the right, one to the left, two tight ends in the formation. Back. Quick throw out in the flat to Blunk. He breaks a couple of tackles and turns what was initially
Reese
a
Jervis
loss
to
into
Dylan
a gain.
Blunk.
Short gain across the
Cam
45
Fritz
to
on
the
the
47.
tackle.
Northview sniffed that out and responded to
5-yard
the
gain,
football pretty
3rd down,
quickly.
15.
Blunk will come out. Jacob Alton in. send Jason Moore to the top. Alton and Kosak to the left. Long count. Reese back. Steps up, has time, throws. Complete. Moore had to come back
Jervis
to
pass
it
complete
and
to
dive for the
Jason
football, but makes
Moore.
the catch near the 40-yard line of Northwood,
Austin
and that'll
Jones
set up
defending for Northwood.
a third down, or excuse me, a
Gain
fourth
to
down,
the Timberwolves 40-yard
and about
line.
3.
Fourth down, 3.
Looks like the Oilers are going to play. See, maybe Reese can't get a hard count here. He got a couple in the first half. 4 receivers, 2 to each side. Back, looks, steps up, throws. Did he pluck it off the turf? Yes, he did. Jason Moore had to go
Reese
down and
Jervis
get it,
to
and pull it
Jason
off just
Moore
off the
for
top of the
Oiler
turf.
first
But then it's a first
down.
down for the Oilers inside the 25. They'll say it was right at the 25. But the Oilers will have it 1st and 10. Tough catch. Jason makes it, and the Oiler drive stays alive. Just over a minute left here in the third quarter. The clock running. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Check off to the sideline. Pump, play action, fake, and sacked.
Reese Jervis, the
Back
ball carrier,
across the 30
sacked in the backfield
to the 33.
by Michael
And
Fisher.
that time they brought everybody. And Neil
Lost to
Fleming was the one who got there
32-yard
first.
line. Second down,
Had
17.
help with Whitcher. And the Oilers will look at 2nd down and 17. Three left, 1 right. Bridges in the backfield. Back, looking. Now flush from the pocket, and he'll be
Reese
brought down
Jervis,
for
the
another
ball
loss.
carrier.
Back-to-back sacks.
Neil
Turn
Fleming
this
on
into
the
3rd
tackle.
down and about 18. Oilers need to get to the 15-yard line, and they're at the
No
33.
gain on the play. Third down, 17.
Keys might try to play this for maybe about 10 yards and try a field
That
goal.
brings
It's going
us
to be the end of the third quarter before we
period
see
with
another
your
play.
Donnell Stadium
21-13
scoreboard
Finley back
reading.
after this on
Your
WLFC.
University of Findlay Oilers 21, Northwood University 13. All right, fans, it's time to pull out your 50-50 tickets. Today's winning ticket number worth $232 is ticket number 9369794. Once again, the winning 50-50 ticket number is 9369794. If you're the holder of that lucky ticket number, please report to the south end of the press box to collect your winnings. Today's attendance, 1,378. Once again, today's winning 50-50, 9369794.
Thank you very much, Ron. You mentioned that Northern Michigan Tech, of course, that's known as the Miners Cup game up there. And Northern Michigan having the better of it. Michigan Tech struggling here over these last couple weeks after a strong start to the season. Meanwhile, take a look at some of the numbers here. Northwood, 52 plays, 233 yards. Oilers, 50 plays for 297 yards. Rushing the football, Chauncey Bridges, 19 carries. His net is 99, so coming up on another 100-yard game for Chauncey. And Reese Jervis, 14 of 23, 179 yards, a touchdown. Does have an interception, and now has been sacked 3 times after those last 2 sacks. On the other side, Abdul Alivi, 11 carries for 57 yards. Garbarino, 6 of 17, 107 yards. He's been sacked twice. All right, the Oilers looking at 3rd and 18 here. 3 left, 1 right. Back, steps up, throws, and overthrew it.
Jervis pass
Was
intended
looking
for,
for,
Dylan
I
Blunt.
believe, Dylan Blunk. He actually had 2 receivers in the area. Had Alton out there
Dante
too,
Johnson defending.
and overthrew that. So 4th down and 18.
Congratulations
And
to
how does Coach
Sherry
Keys wanna-
Chido, today's
I think
lucky
you're gonna
winner
punt
of
here.
the 50-50 drawing.
What's he going to do? Nope, he's calling punt. Going to try to pin him back in deep. Maybe a lost start of the coffin corner might be coming into play here with Patrick Rusher.
Patrick Rusher into punt for the Oilers.
And return man locked in at the 10, obviously. Snap back.
Dominic Giovinazzo deep to
And
receive.
he angles it. Levies it up there high, takes a hop and a roll. And it'll be down inside the 15.
Punt
about the
is down at
14-yard line.
Northwood
Not a bad
14
effort.
Yard line.
It's tough
First
to do
down, Timberwolves.
when you don't have a lot of field to work with.
The
With an
University of
8-point
Findlay
lead,
would
Coach
like
Keys
to
is
thank
gonna
the
play
sponsors of Oilers
The odds
football.
here in field position.
Fans are encouraged to patronize
Just into the
all of
fourth
our
quarter here,
sponsors
Findlay in front,
as a way of showing
21-13.
support of University of Findlay athletics. All season sponsors will appear on today's
Mentioned
scoreboard.
that Michigan Tech also. That's
The
the
Oilers
Oilers'
thank you
opponent,
for your
opponent next week
continued
as they
support.
finish the regular season on the road. Wide out to the near side, 2 to the top. Mack behind to the left. And handoff goes right side.
Abdul Levy on
And
the
that's
carry.
Levy again on the carry. Out to about the 18-yard line. Pick up of 3, maybe 4.
Brad
Second and
Fenton
6
on
coming
the
up.
tackle for Findlay.
One wide out each side. Slot on each side. Change of the play from the sideline. Same formation. Now bring a man in motion. Down the line, pitch it out wide. Oilers string it. Nice play by
Andre
Francis
Carter,
Kutchember.
the ball carrier.
Was locked
Run
up
out
by
of
the
bounds
blocker.
by Francis
Fought through
Kutchember.
and forced it out. Good pickup by Northwood, but holds it to about a 3-yard pickup.
Gain to the Northwood 21-yard
To the
line.
21-yard line.
3.
Sets up a 3rd down and 3. Two to the near side, 1 to the top. Garbarino surveys. Bring a man in motion. Give goes up the middle, and Oilers stop it shy.
Abdul
Going to bring up
Levy,
a
the
4th
ball
down
carrier.
and 1. Good tackle in the hole.
Stopped by Isaac Miles.
Isaac Miles stepped in. Has a pretty
4th
good
down and
collision in
1.
the hole there, and Isaac able to bring him down right in his tracks and bring out the punt
Scott
team for
McCormick in the
Northwood.
punt for the Timberwolves. Troy Robinson deep for the Oilers.
Troy Robinson standing at his own 42. Snap back. Wobbling, angling kick. Troy plays it on the bounce and it'll be dropped dead in his tracks. He had to
Troy
make some kind of
Robinson
play,
on the
otherwise the way
return.
that ball was rolling, it was going to keep rolling deep into Oiler territory. He pays the price to save the Oilers probably another 10 or 15 yards.
Nico Savage on the tackle.
So the Oiler offense will come back out.
1st and 10 Oilers
With an
from their
8-point
own
lead.
27-yard line.
Oilers will bring Kosak and Moore to the near side. Tight end on the top of the formation and one in the backfield. Bridges behind. The give. Chauncey picks his way, started it right, brought it back to the middle. Takes it across the
Chauncey
30 to the
Bridges on the
31.
carry.
Pickup of 3, 2nd and 7 coming up. Oilers with the clock on their side will take their time here. Clock continues to move.
4-yard gain on the
12:15
play. 2nd down,
left
6.
here in the fourth quarter. One wide out each side. Tight end on each end of the line. Back. Reese looks, throws over the top. Finds Jason
Reese
Moore, who
Jervis
makes an
pass
acrobatic
complete
catch.
to Jason
Kind of a
Moore.
stop route. He came back, went up, and just did a pirouette
Run
to
out of
hold
bounds
on,
by Jerry
pull it in
Taylor.
just inside the boundary
Gain
at
is
the Oiler
to the
49-yard
Finley
line. That'll move the sticks.
49-yard line, first down Oilers.
Will change out and flop the formation, put Jason Moore at the top, bring Kosak to the near side. And delay give up the middle, bounced off a couple of would-be tacklers.
Michael Campbell.
That was Michael
on the
Campbell
carry.
in there that time. Michael picks up a couple and takes it
Ben
as he takes it
Walton on the
into
tackle.
Northwood territory at the 49.
Gain of 2, second down 8.
Second down and 8 coming up for Finley. This time it's the 4-receiver package. Blunk, Alton, and Kosak to the right. Moore to the left. And the give again goes up the middle. This time
Chauncey
it's Bridges. Chauncey takes it to the 46.
Tackle made by Josh Dabney.
Pickup of 3.
Gain to the Northwood
set up a
46-yard
third down
line, third down
and
5.
about 6. I can call it 5. They need to get to the 41. 3 to the right, 1 to the left again. Check off as Northwood was creeping up like they might be in pressure. Oilers might make a change here. Back, quick throw, complete for the first down. And again,
Reese
it's just
Jervis
those stop
pass
routes.
complete to
Couple of these
Jason
stop routes
Moore.
on this possession. Nice little wrinkle change
Jerry
by
Taylor
Troy
on the tackle.
Rothenbuehler and the offensive staff.
Gain to the Northwood 39-yard line, first down Oilers.
Moves the sticks and also keeps that clock running. 10 minutes left in this one. Finley with an 8-point lead and now looking to add to that. They have it first and 10 at the 39 of Northwood. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Back, looking to throw. Out to the near side, complete. Again,
Reese
Jason Moore
Jervis
running them
to
off and then
Jason
coming back.
Moore.
And they say he steps out at the
Run out of bounds
34.
by
So a 5-yard pickup.
Severio Tavano.
Change out tight end. Stufel comes
5-yard
out.
gain on the
Federico
play,
in.
second down 5.
Two to the left, 1 to the right. Bridges back in the backfield on 2nd and 5. And the give. Waits, picks his way, lowers his shoulder, and gets first down
Chauncey
yardage
Bridges.
at the 28-yard line.
Nick Tripp
Great
on the
block
tackle.
out in space that
Gain
time
to
for the
Northwood
Oilers.
28-yard line, first
And
down
leading
Oilers.
the way out that time, Christian Olmstead, the sophomore tackle. Stufel back in, Blunk out. 2 tight end formation here. Both on the left side, 1 at the end of the line, 1 in the backfield. Wide out each side. Handoff again. Bounces it outside, 20, 15, and forced out of bounds. Flag
Chauncey
thrown.
Bridges
I think they're going to
on
get
the
a
carry.
hold here on Jason Moore. I didn't see Jason holding on, but he
Run
might
out
have
of
pushed him
bounds
from behind.
by Dominic Giovinazzo.
And it was really
Flags down.
unnecessary because it didn't really affect the play.
Block in the back. Offense.
Yeah,
number
they didn't
8.
call a hold. They called
They're
block in the
penalty
back,
for
and
spot
that's
to
probably
foul.
right. He saw the back of his
First down.
jersey and gave him a pretty good push.
Penalty moves the ball to the Northwood 25-yard
So that
line.
is
First
from
down,
the spot,
7.
takes it back to the 25. So first down and about 7. Three receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Reese back, looks. Throw to Chauncey out of the backfield, turns it up. 10, 5, lowers his shoulder. Did he get there?
Jason Moore
No.
to Chauncey
Going to come up just shy.
Bridges.
Great individual effort by Chauncey. Got his helmet knocked off in the process.
Knocked out of bounds by Travis
A great
Wiltshire.
individual effort and almost rewarded with the end
Gain
zone
to the
there.
Northwood 1-yard line.
Takes it to the
First
1
and
yard
goal,
line where it'll be first
Oilers.
and goal. And the clock continues to move. Michael Campbell in the backfield as Chauncey has to come out because that helmet popped off. And the give to Michael Campbell.
Michael
and
Campbell, the ball
didn't
carrier.
quite get there. They're going to say he got stopped
Michael
right
Fisher
at the
on
line
the
of
tackle.
scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
Second and goal. They'll come back with Bridges. One wide out each side. Loading up the middle of that line is Northwood. Give to Chauncey is faked. Reese turns it up himself, sidesteps, and he'll be
Reese
pulled down.
Jervis, the ball
Not a
carrier.
bad drawn up, but Reese initially looked like he was sprinting for the corner.
Michael Fisher
And then he kind of
on the
pulled
tackle.
up and tried to go inside, and that gave him enough the pursuit time
Third
to catch
down
him.
goal.
And now third down and goal for Finley, still about that 1 yard line. The best part of this for Finley is the clock continues to move. We'll be under 7 minutes probably by the time this play ends. Give to Chauncey, counter run into the end zone,
Chauncey
touchdown Oilers.
Bridges, 1 yard for the Oilers, touchdown.
Had all the action looking like it's going to go right. He swung it back to the left. Credit to the line on that side. Alton, Davis. I think they pulled Mulligan around too. And with 6:58 left in the game, Oilers push it out to a 27-13 lead with the extra point coming.
Tyler Bujea for the point after attempt.
Bring
Out
on
of the hold
Bujea
of
for the
Evan
point
Reinke.
after. Snap back, spot down. The kick is up. And the kick
Bujea's
is good.
kick is good.
6:58 left in the game.
With 6:58
Finley pushes the
remaining in
advantage out
today's
to 28-13. Back in a moment
Your
on
University of Finley
WLFC.
Oilers 28, Northwood University 13. Fans, for more information on University of Findlay Athletics, please visit athletics.findlay.edu. There you will find articles, pictures, stats, and more. Your number one source for information on the Oilers is at athletics.findlay.edu. Bujea to kick off for the Oilers. Andre Carter and Vashon Nutt deep to receive.
To Donnell Stadium. Oilers lead at 28-13. Go with the high short pooch. Fielded at the 13. Brought into the middle of the field across the 30.
Andre
And
Carter
brought
on
down.
the return.
Around the 33 it looks like.
Brandon Kelly on the tackle for the
It'll be
Oilers.
first and 10. That last drive for the Oilers. 12 plays, 72 yards. Took
Return
5
to
minutes
the Timberwolves,
42 seconds.
33-yard line.
Capped off with the Chauncey Bridges 1 yard run. And the Oilers, who opened up with 14 points and saw Northwood come back with 13 unanswered, have now went 14 answered right back at them to push the advantage out to 15, 28-13, and Northwood with just 6:52 left. Going to have to throw the ball, which is not something they're usually terribly comfortable doing. Open up wide out each side, slot each side, back behind. Bring a slot in motion, back looking for Wilson, up top, and caught. And the Oilers safety got caught up there.
Garbarino's pass
And
complete to Theron Wilson.
Wilson just went vertical up over the top, kind of waited a
Francis
little too
Kutchever
long
on
to
the
catch
tackle.
him, if you will.
Gain is to the
and got
Finley
caught a little bit
17-yard line.
flat-footed.
First down,
And
Timberwolves.
Northwood, just like that, has it 1st and 10 at the Oilers' 17-yard line. Right back to the line of scrimmage. Down the line, pitch to the near side and drives it down to about the 10. They'll say he went down first. On this side is going to say the 10. On the far side, they marked at the 11. It will be the 10. 9-yard pickup.
Isaac Miles
Second
on
and
the
1.
tackle for the Oilers. Second down, 3.
2 to the right, 1 to the left. Back, looking flush from the pocket. Going to have to run is Garbarino, and
Joe
he's going to pay the
Garbarino,
price
ball carrier.
and get little or nothing. Well, they're going to give him forward progress. That
Francis
will be
Kutchember
just shy
and
of
Miles
first down.
Alexander on the tackle.
They're going to give him to the 9.
2-yard
He backed
gain,
up on his
third
own to
down
me,
and
but
1.
the official said he's good to the 9. He's got to get to about the 8.5 for the first down. See the Oilers come up with a sack here. That tight, inverted wraparound wishbone. And the give to Levy, and Levy has a first down. Flag's going to be thrown in the middle of that.
Abdul Levy.
This might be a hold.
Flag down.
Let's wait and see what the official says. He
Tackled
threw it right
by
at the
Aaron
point of the
Ivory and
run.
Anthony Lanier.
And one of the Oilers is down flat on his back, and that was also right around the point of attack. Let's see what this call is by the official.
Illegal chop block.
Illegal chop
Offense,
block.
Number 76, 3.
So they went high-low, and
15-yard
that
penalty
might be
previous
explaining
spot.
why one of the Oilers is down on his back. We're going to take a timeout with 5:31 left. Oilers lead at 28-13. Back in a moment on
Injury timeout.
to Donnell Stadium. And as we come back, the injured player is up and walking off his own. That's good to see. And I believe, can't see the number yet, but I think that's who got high load there. And so you're always a little nervous in those occasions. The reason that rule exists is to keep players from getting those injuries. And that was Ivory. So after the penalty stepped off, it's 3rd down and 16 now. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. And I will be stunned if they don't go to Wilson here, but let's
15.
see. Bring a man in motion. Handoff goes up the middle. So they're going to try to take it in 2 chunks here, or are they going to try the field goal?
Abdul Levy, the ball carrier.
And a holding call is going to be thrown in by the linesman here on the near
Whitlow
side.
on the tackle, flag down.
And I think Rob Keys is going to say back him up, because on top of that, it runs more clock. Nope, he declines it.
Holding. Offense, number 73. A penalty's declined. 4th down.
So now 4th down and about 11, and obviously down 15 with 5:22 left. Northwood has to go. Wilson on the left,
Fourth
two
down,
receivers
11.
to the right. Back looking for the corner of the end zone, has a man and too high.
Garbarino's pass
Was looking for his intended target that
intended
time.
for John Hall.
I think it was John Hall, and really just kind of overthrew him. Hall had some
Troy
space
Robinson
out there,
defending. Finley takes over 1st and 10.
but the ball
from
just
their own
slightly
18-yard
too
line.
high, and Oilers will take over on downs. That's the same as a turnover. So bring back the Oiler offense, who will look to try to see if they can't run out this remaining 5-11. Jervis with Bridges behind, wide out each side. Tight ends, hand off to the middle. And Chauncey is going to be knocked down after
Chauncey
a short
Bridges
gain,
on the
maybe
carry.
one. 2nd and 9 coming up.
Dimitri Abro on the tackle. Two-yard gain, 2nd down 8.
We're going to give him out to the close to the 20, almost a 2-yard pickup. Jason Moore, single receiver on this side. Kosak goes out to the top side. Back behind to the right. That's Bridges again, and he'll get the handoff. And again pushes for a little
Chauncey
over
Bridges
a yard,
on
and
the
then is
carry.
shoved back. And Northwood's going to take a timeout with 4:18 left. We'll take it
Dominic
as well. 28-13
Gio.
Finley. Back in a
Northwood.
moment
That's
on
the first half.
WLFC.
And Michael Fisher on the tackle. All timeouts sponsored by Jimmy John's, Holiday Inn Express, and Country Inn and Suites. Scoring updates around the GLIAC: Ashland 35, Walsh 0, Northern Michigan 28, Michigan Tech 16, Tiffin 24, Lake Erie 7, Ferris State 41, Hillsdale 20, and Ohio Dominican 28, Wayne State 17.
At 3rd down and 6 from their own 22-yard line.
3rd down and 6
Go
for
3
the
receivers, 2 to the top, 1 to the near side. And delay handoff goes to Bridges, and Chauncey fights. And it's going to be close, but going to come up about a yard shy. Well drawn up. Sort of a counter draw look
Charles
to that
Williams
one.
on the tackle.
Started the action to the left and then caught Chauncey late, and he
Fourth
swung
down
it up
and 1.
and in there. But 4th and 1. And Northwood is going to burn another timeout. And do that, we'll take another look at the
Timeout,
GLIAC
Northwood.
scoreboard. Get
That's
you
their
some
second and a
updates
half.
here as I hit
This
the
timeout sponsored
refresh
by
button.
Jimmy
We
John's,
have one
Holiday Inn
final.
Express,
Ferris State
and
over
Country Inn
Hillsdale,
and Suites.
41-20. That game up in Hillsdale. Meanwhile, 3:46 left in the 4th. And Ohio Dominican starting to stretch it out on Wayne State a little bit, 28-17. The score there down in Columbus. Meanwhile, Tiffin still shows at the half, 24-7. They lead Lake Erie. Meanwhile, at the Miners Cup, it's Northern Michigan leading at 28-16 as they get ready to start the second half. And start of the 3rd, it's all Eagles, 35-0. They lead Walsh. Still ahead tonight. Grand Valley travels to Saginaw Valley in the Battle of the Valleys. And, of course, our score in this one, Finley in front, 28-13. And on 4th and 1, Oilers will bring on Patrick Rusher. Turn man back is Shane Barron. And Rusher blasts this one. Good hanging, causes the fair catch to be called and made around the 33-yard line. And that's
Punt
where
fair caught at the Northwood
Northwood will bring the
33-yard
offense
line,
back
first
out.
down, Timberwolves.
trailing by 15. 3:51 left. Go over all the highlights, also the stats and the post game. And also should hear from Coach Rob Keys. Here comes Northwood. Garbarino back, quick throw out in the flat, complete, and brought down, but not before he picks up about 13 yards by Troy Robinson. Then Troy Robinson goes to get up, and then he immediately
Garbarino's
goes
pass
back
complete
down.
to
Had to kind of lay
C.J.
out and
Patton.
grab onto the ankles to make that tackle, and he went to pop up and then went down
Troy
down
Robinson on
awkwardly,
the
and
stop.
he's going to be tended to over on the sideline. Just joining us, as Oilers got off to that 14-0 lead, a 4-yard touchdown run by Reese Jervis, a 5-yard touchdown run by Chauncey Bridges early in the second quarter, had the Oilers in front 14-0. But then on the next drive, a 21-yard field goal by Keegan Haggerty made it 14-3. And then the Oilers got backed up with some penalties and punted, gave short field to the Timberwolves. They went 44 yards in 7 plays, and got a 5-yard touchdown run by Abdul Levy. And then the Oilers trying to press late, throw the interception. And in that remaining few seconds, that remaining 13 seconds, excuse me, they managed to go 26 yard. They get a 26-yard field goal after driving it for 36 yards by Keegan Haggerty, and that took us to the half, 14-13. Oilers responded defensively with a 3-and-out to start the third quarter, and the Oilers came down and scored. 9-yard touchdown pass, Reese Jervis to Jason Moore. The Bajaya kick was good, made it 21-13. And then exchanged a couple of possessions each way. The Oilers then put together a 12-play, 72-yard drive. It took 5 minutes and 42 seconds. Chauncey Bridges capped it off with a 1-yard touchdown run, and that gets us to our score of 28-13. Troy is up and walking off on his own. Dr. Stump and a member of the training staff right there with him. Was enough for a first down.
and 10 Northwood from their own 45-yard line.
I'll bring Romeo Whitlow into the game. First and 10, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Quick throw, and too hot, too high, and too
Garbarino's
far
pass
behind
intended
Wilson.
for Theron Wilson.
Incomplete.
Chibuka Chuck Wanuke defending.
He had the coverage
Second down.
there. Three to the left, 1 to the right. Rolls out, throws, and through the hands of his receiver, intercepted. And
Garbarino's
Romeo
pass
Whitlow,
intercepted
it went
by
through
number
the,
27.
no, the
Romeo
near side official
Whitlow
said it
for
was
the
good.
Oilers.
Backside said it hit the ground, and it's going to be waved off. I thought Romeo got his arms underneath it. And to be honest, the back judge did not have the best look at that,
Now
and that's
that
what Rob
pass
Keys
being
is saying.
ruled
The guy who had the best
incomplete.
look at it
Third
was the
and
guy
10
who
Northwood.
initially said it was an interception, the linesman. And that's what Rob Keys is pointing. He goes, it's not his call. But either way, it's not going to change it. Third down and 10. Back, looking, throws, and well overthrown. That ball was not going to be caught by anybody.
Garbarino's pass
And that'll bring up a
for
fourth
Theron
down
Wilson.
and 10.
Francis Kutchember defending. 4th and 10
So
Northwood.
4th and 10 coming up. Change out some personnel. Will the Oilers defensively? 3 to the left, 1 to the right again. Quick throw to Wilson, and I think the Oilers might have got a timeout just before that play got ran. Fell incomplete. Oilers take a timeout. We'll take the timeout as well. 3:32 remaining, 28-13 Finley. Back after this on WL.
Congratulations to Miles Alexander, today's Country Inn and Suites Holiday Inn Express Player of the Game.
.32 remaining in the game. Oilers lead at 28-13, and the Timberwolves will be looking at a 4th down and 10 from their own 45-yard line here to keep the drive alive. And Rob Key is still talking with the linesman and the field judge on this near side. Seems to feel a little better after that last conversation. 2 to the near side, 1 to the top. Back, looking, has time, airs it out, wants to go up top, and knocked away, incomplete. Ivory rolled over to help with the coverage.
Garbarino's pass
and made it a
for
tough play
John Hall.
either way for Hall to pull it in. And the Oilers, for the second time here in the fourth quarter, will take over on downs with 3:26 remaining.
45-yard line.
And do it at the 45-yard line of the Northwood Timberwolves. So right now, Oilers in position to improve to 5-5 and give themselves the chance next week to finish with a winning season, 6-5 here. And Coach talked about it. He's tried to avoid the conversation, and you got to appreciate that, about this schedule that they finished their GLIAC run with. But he finally mentioned on Tuesday, this has been an absolute gauntlet of a schedule the Oilers have been on. 2 to the right. Back in there. Handoff. Bridges strings it out to the right and
Chauncey
then dives
Bridges
forward for
on the
1.
carry.
2nd and 9 coming up, but the Oilers,
Tripped up by
most
Nick
important is
Tripp.
they keep that ball in bounds and keep that clock running. What we got here? Northwood is going to take the timeout with 3:10
1 yard
remaining.
gain on the play. Second.
Timeout, Northwood.
Let's go ahead and
This is the
take a
third and
look
final this half.
at that top
This
25
timeout sponsored
college
by Jimmy
scoreboard
John's
while we've got a
Holiday Inn
moment here.
Express and Country Inn and
I'll hit
Suites.
my refresh button. And coming up, Mississippi State leads Texas A&M 28-14. That one is getting just in the start of the fourth quarter. Meanwhile, 11 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Number 9 Auburn leads by 7 over Vanderbilt, 23-16. Louisville hammering Boston College. Number 7 Louisville, 52-7. Number 8 Wisconsin in a battle with unranked Northwestern, 13-7 with 11 minutes left in the fourth quarter there. And meanwhile, it's the number 21 North Carolina leads Georgia Tech 27-17. And about 45 minutes away, Maryland will be at number 3 Michigan, Syracuse at number 2 Clemson. The 19 Virginia Tech travels to Duke. Number 18 Oklahoma State will be at Kansas State. And of course, the Buckeyes will be playing host to Nebraska. Number 10 Nebraska, number 6 Ohio State. Hear the story. Oilers in front 28-13. And have it 2nd and 9 from the 44. Again, the handoff.
Chauncey Bridges.
And Bridges again, and he'll push out close to the 42. Says the near side official. And bodies slowly unpiling.
Nick Tripp on the tackle.
I'll say just inside the 43.
Gain of 1 on the play. 3rd down 8.
So 3rd down and 8. And of course, Northwood knows the Oilers just going to run the football here. It's going to be hard to find some space. Blanc and Moore split to the top. Stufel on the near side end of the line. What do we got? Now the Oilers want a timeout with 2:22 remaining. Take a look at some of the other games still ahead today in the top 25. Meanwhile, it's going to be TCU traveling to number 17 Baylor, also at 3:30. Also at 3:30, number 11 Florida at Arkansas. At 4 o'clock, number 25 Washington State plays host to Arizona. Number 20, West Virginia playing host to 1-7 Kansas. Number 22, Florida State goes to NC State, looking to bounce back. Meanwhile, Iowa goes into number 12, Penn State. Quickly, the Nittany Lions have risen since that victory over the Buckeyes. Also at 8 o'clock tonight with that Buckeyes game is at 8 o'clock. Also at 8 o'clock tonight, number 1 Alabama at number 13 LSU. Number 5 Washington at unranked Cal. That's a 10:30 game. Scheduled for the rest of the day. Earlier in the week, number 23 Western Michigan knocked off Ball State 52-20. Number 14 Oklahoma over Iowa State 34-24. And number 15 Colorado beat UCLA 20-10. Oilers on 3rd and 8. Give goes right up the middle. Chauncey picks his way, and
Chauncey Bridges
just
on
came
the
up
carry.
shy there. I'm going to
Nick
say he
Tripp
went down
on the
actually a little
stop.
bit farther back than I thought, but
Gained
still
to
a
the
nice
Northwood
run on 3rd
37-yard
down, and it'll
line.
be
4th
4th down
2.
and 2. And Northwood out of timeouts. 2 minutes remaining, clock running, and Rob Keys might just go ahead and see if he can't get this first down and end it. Can take it down to about 1:35 if he wants to on the play clock, or on the game clock. Looking to the sideline. Still looking. And Rob Keys will take his timeout with 1:35 remaining.
Third and final, Seth.
Mentioned earlier, the Oilers headed off to Houghton next week as they prepare to do battle with Michigan Tech Huskies. That's a noon kickoff. Excuse me, a 1 o'clock kickoff. As Finley up at Michigan Tech. We'll have pregame around 12:45 here on 88.3 WLCL. So you know, make plans to join us for Coach Keys Weekly. We'll talk about this one and preview that finale game against the Huskies. Huskies were trailing at the half against their longtime rival, Northern Michigan. That game's tightened up, though, halfway through the third quarter. Northern Michigan 28, Michigan Tech 23, so a little bit tighter there.
4th down 2.
So 4th down and 2 now for the Oilers from the Northwood 37-yard line. One wide out each side. And the give to Chauncey. I don't think he got there. Matter of fact, I think he just barely got back to the line of scrimmage. That'll stop the clock with 1:29 remaining, and Oilers will turn it over on downs. But Northwood trailing by 15 with no timeouts left. Will only have 1:29 remaining. He would have loved to have gotten the first down and then taken a couple of knees.
The line
but
to gain. Northwood takes over 1st and 10.
not how it's going to
from
go
their own
here.
37-yard
The
line.
Oilers in position to preserve the victory. Northwood breaks that sideline huddle. Now to the near side is John Hall and another receiver. 2 receivers at the top as well. Quick throw on the slant, complete, but brought down
Garbarino's
inbounds.
pass complete
That
to
time
Damian
was
Nicholson.
Damian Nicholson. Pickup
Gain
of
of 6 on the
6,
play,
second and 4. Quick
4.
snap, quick throw, almost the exact same play. This time
Garbarino's
incomplete.
pass intended
Good
for
hit
Damian
put on
Nicholson.
there by the Oilers to make sure it jarred loose by Isaac
Chabuca,
Miles, the
Chuck
freshman
Wanuke
linebacker.
defending.
Who's
3rd
just
down 4.
come on here the second half of the season like gangbusters. 3rd down and call it 4 officially. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Garbarino. Quick throw, and the receiver not looking for it, and almost picked off again.
Garbarino's
Second
pass
one that
intended
Whitlow
for
almost
Damian
comes up with.
Nicholson.
Was looking for Nicholson again. He hadn't
Anthony
turned around
Lanier
yet. It
defending. 4th down
skipped
4.
off his helmet, and Whitlow just not able to dive underneath it. So 4th down and 4 now. Minute 7 remaining. back. Quick throw on the slant, complete. That's a first down to John Hall. Stop the clock
Joe
while they move the
Garbarino's
sticks.
pass complete
He
to
has it at the
John
Northwood
Hall.
49. They'll hurry back to the line of scrimmage.
Romeo Whitlow on
They
the
change
tackle.
personnel, so the Oilers
Gain
got to
to the
have time to
Northwood
change personnel.
49, first down.
Under a minute remaining. Snap back. Garbarino's going to be crushed.
Garbarino
Meeting
on
at
a
the
carry,
quarterback between Brad
sacked in
Fenton
the
and Kyle
backfield
Skidmore.
by Kyle Skidmore.
Oh, check that. Between him and Clay Colvin. Colvin
Along with
68,
Brandon
Skidmore
Kelly.
69. That was Clay in there. Clock continues to
Cross
run.
to the Northwood
Second down
42.
and 17. Garbarino airs it out, looking over the top. It's overthrown, and I think if Ivory turns around, he maybe picks it
Garbarino's
off, but
pass intended
realizes
for
that that's
Bashan
not
Nutt.
necessarily in the Oilers' best interest. With just 29 seconds remaining and third down and 17 coming
Romeo
up.
Whitlow defending. Third down, 17.
Northwood will change out some personnel. Two to the left, two to the right. Quick slant, complete. And
Garbarino's pass
receiver will be brought
complete
down
to Darren
inbounds. Didn't even
Wilson.
try to work his way out there, at least didn't appear so.
Romeo
That was
Whitlow
Wilson.
on the tackle.
Sets up a fourth down and one.
Fourth down
He
and
got
one.
a 16-yard pickup there. Clock continuing to run. Snapped with 12 seconds left. And lets it fly. Intercepted. This time it is intercepted. And on the return is Romeo Whitlow. Had one chance,
Garbarino's
had two
pass
chances, and finally
intercepted by
capitalizes on
Romeo
chance number
Whitlow.
3. And the Oilers will just have to take a
Oilers
knee
take
with
over
5
first and
seconds
10 from the
remaining
Northwood
to get the
48-yard
win.
line.
Northwood had to hurry, had to rush to try to get the throw. And Whitlow makes them pay. So now bring out the offense, and a victory formation will come into play. Snap back, and Reese will take the knee.
Today's
And that
final
will be that. Your final score, the University of Findlay
Oilers
28, Northwood University
Northwood
13.
University 13.
Back after this on 88.3
The University of
WLFC.
Findlay would like to thank all fans for attending today's contest. The football team will be back in action again next week when they travel to Michigan Tech.